And hey, what's up everyone? We are live, and welcome to tonight's episode of Resident Roleplay. This is a show where a group of friends and I get together and play a homebrewed tabletop RPG set in the world of Resident Evil. I'm your host and GM, Raphael. Welcome back to the table, everyone.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Yo.
Hey. Alright, so we are back in Resident Roleplay after the crazy episode of last time. So it'll be very interesting to see how we pick up from here. I don't know about you guys, but I just want to get into it. But does anybody have anything they want to say?
It's so weird going into this, just like, this is just a regular session. You know?
Yeah, I guess you could say that, yeah.
It's like last time, it's like, okay, we gotta do a bunch of stuff. And it's like, oh, now we could stop and breathe and think.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Oh, just a quick announcement. Raph, your shirt looks very nice.
Oh, why? Thank you. I love this shirt.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Nice shirt.
I was glad at the opportunity to be able to wear it on stream for a change. So
It looks very fancy.
Fancy.
all right.
All right.
So if there's no further ado, then I think we could dive right in. So previously on Resident Roleplay, in the midst of a massive viral outbreak in Raccoon City, your party of survivors entered Umbrella's underground laboratory. Inside, you found a single T-virus sample, which Katara attempted to modify in an effort to create an improved version. Chauncey took issue with this and intervened, and the resulting conflict ended up splitting the party, with Chauncey running out on his own and leaving you guys to deal with the newly reanimated Crimson Heads. So, following the skirmish, Katara continued her experiment and, with some medical insight from Emil, made breakthrough modifications that she believed would allow someone to infect themselves without becoming a zombie. Shortly thereafter, Katara herself volunteered to be the first test subject. And after some debate and writing of wills, everyone eventually agreed to let this happen. Emil, as the supervising medic, took it upon himself to administer the injection, which resulted in Katara collapsing on the ground in extreme pain before returning to normal, seemingly stable and unchanged as far as you guys can tell. Meanwhile, Chauncey made his way to the chemical storage hall, where he simultaneously fought off both hunters and a giant worm, which Resident Evil fans may recognize as a gravedigger. So, thanks to the luck of the rolls and the monsters fighting among themselves, Chauncey managed to escape with his life shortly before reuniting with the rest of the party. So, after Emil and Chauncey doubled back for a keycard, you guys unlocked the security room on your way out and gained a plethora of new weapons and gear before leaving the facility and narrowly escaping the wrath of the gravedigger. So upon your escape, your party stumbled back out onto the zombie-infested streets of Raccoon City before suddenly witnessing Vincent, the father of your new ally Kevin, get impaled against a wall by an organic projectile of some sort. The monster responsible disappeared into the shadows of an alley, and the soldier that you met in the labs informed you all of an army evac chopper touching down at City Hall on September 28th before escorting Kevin away in a hot-wired car. So, hold on, let me get ambience going here.
Yeah, I want to hear that fire and screams.
Yes, death. All right. So, you now find yourselves in the middle of the street, immediately outside the Umbrella Pharmacy. The surrounding thoroughfare is crowded with abandoned vehicles, many of which have crashed into one another, and some of which are lit aflame and smoldering. It is the dead of night, but still the sound of various monsters and gunfire abounds in the distance. So, what are you guys gonna do?
Let's get out of here. Let's go back over to Doug's.
Dogs.
He's got all
safe
my
there.
candy bars.
It's safe there. We can eat. We can sleep. We can finally rest. much needed rest.
What about that university?
They'll be there in the morning, hopefully.
I mean, if we're just looking for rest, this Hummer's got more than enough space to sleep.
But yeah, but we're running low on supplies. We need to stock up anyways.
So,
Right? We were, right?
Yes,
Okay,
you
guys.
guys, possibly. You guys pretty much only have enough food and water to last the night.
I have one candy bar and a 0.7 gallon of water.
Let's stock up. Let's rest. Figure out what we want to do in the morning.
Yeah, I really need to sleep. I feel the fatigue.
Yeah.
Also, you guys are kind of gathered around outside around the Hummer, Chauncey's Hummer, and you see below the Hummer splattered guts and dismembered limbs from the zombies that you guys ran over earlier. You notice, though, kind of nearby as well, 2 corpses that still seem to be intact, and they seem to be very red.
No, yeah, we need to get moving. Those will, if we get close enough to those will get up. Maybe we can run them over on the way out.
Yes.
Katara's just gonna get in.
Okay, yeah.
She's really sad.
Yeah. Is he still just like pinned to the wall?
Vincent? Yeah,
yeah, we didn't take
he's
him down.
hanging limp from the wall with this big organic projectile extending from his throat.
Did we check him? Like for anything, and we checked his wallet and stuff, didn't we? We robbed him of his money.
I think we looted him, but I don't know if we checked him. I don't know if there's a difference to those two things, but
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you took his money. So I think we can be on our way.
Rip.
So I'm gonna get in the Hummer. We can do
Okay.
that.
yeah, once this blows over, the authorities will find him, and
Hopefully.
I'm in the Hummer as well.
Okay. So I'm assuming everybody's loaded back into the Hummer at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, can I turn on the radio and stuff?
Yes, you can. So I'm assuming you're just kind of scanning around as
Yeah.
you do.
My normal.
Mm-hmm. You do notice one thing, first of all, actually, the police scanner, which you have in your vehicle, is going off, and it's just going, RPD calling all available units to the precinct. I repeat, all available units to the precinct.
Uh-oh. Is that you?
I gotta go to this. Where do you guys want to go?
Oh man.
All right. Well, if they need your help,
Can I start driving towards the precinct while we discuss where everybody needs to go?
is that where because we just need to sleep somewhere? Is there somewhere we can sleep by there, for more than 30-minute sleep?
Yeah, I need a more than
hotel.
30-minute nap. I've taken too many 30-minute naps. I need to sleep. What time of day is it though?
It's nighttime. Yeah, it's about 8 p.m. You see now on your dash where, now that you're inside the vehicle, you can tell the exact
Still the
time.
26th?
Yeah, it is
25th.
8 p.m. of the 25th
Okay.
of September.
So, is there a place we can stay near there? I'd love to go to Doug's and get more food.
I guess my house is still there. It's just
Yeah, but we
a
looted
sad-
your house.
Yeah, but it's a sad place to go because my house is empty of all goodies besides my bed and my couch. I mean, technically, we could go to sleep there. It just I wouldn't feel at home anymore because all my guns are gone. There's always Arkea's house. Or Arkea's apartment underneath mine.
Yeah, we cleaned that place out too.
Yeah, of the goodies, I'm talking about sleep. Sleep's more important than food at the moment.
All right, let's go.
At least for me. For me, sleep is more important.
All right, well, we're gonna take a rest. Hopefully, they'll have rations there.
I don't care where we go.
Well, because if you're heading that way anyway, so.
Yeah, like we'll be driving past my house.
Let me
Question.
think. Yeah, the apartment complex would have been somewhere around the downtown area, I do believe, and the precinct, the police station, is right on Ennerdale Street, which is the division between uptown and downtown. So yeah, you would have to probably go past it. What was the question?
My scanner, does it have like a CB where I can buzz in and find out what's going on? Or no?
Yeah. I would say that's fair to assume that if you have a scanner, if you're on, since you're a on-duty detective, that you would be able to have such capabilities. Yeah.
I may use that, but I'm debating it at the moment.
Lisa had a question in the meantime.
Yes, I did. What is the order? Like, not the order, but what is the seating arrangement in this vehicle right now?
That's a good question. What is the seating arrangement in the vehicle? Obviously, Chauncey's driving.
It's hard.
Isn't it usually like them two in the back and us two in the front? Me and...
That's what I figured. But...
Bros in the front, girls in the back.
Huh?
I was gonna say it's something else, but it would be definitely not the right term to use.
Oh my.
Uh-huh.
No, the reason I asked is because as Katara says she doesn't care where we go, Arkea just wants to pat her on the shoulder. They're there.
You feel her small hand just pat your shoulder.
Is there any gas stations on the way?
Looks over and gives her a slight smile.
Oh.
With a tear.
with a single anime tear.
All right, so you're asking about gas stations?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually nearby to where you guys are would be the Stagla gas station, which is the main gas station in the city, the one that you refueled at earlier.
Can we drive past it and see if see if it's still in good shape?
Yeah. So it's worth noting that the streets at this point are now crowded with all sorts of abandoned vehicles. So, with all the stopping and going and, hard navigation, it's going to hurt your fuel a little bit more than usual. So it's basically going to be considered difficult terrain for your Hummer.
Okay. Actually, speaking of that, how much fuel have we consumed since Doug's place, in your opinion? Because I have not deducted since then.
Well, I could give you the amount of fuel that you currently see if you look on your dash right now.
Okay.
One moment. Gotta wrangle my notes here. Okay, so, looking at the dash, you currently see that the fuel currently looks to be a little bit below the halfway point. I would say it's about like at 40% of your capacity remains.
Okay. Let's do math. That'd be 20. Okay. Need to fuel this beast up again.
Okay, so you're driving down throughout downtown, and you said you're trying to swing by the gas station on the way to your destination. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So as you're moving along, you do eventually come across the gas station sometime later, and you see, first of all, it's crowded all around. There are all sorts of vehicles stacked up around here. It's very hard to get close. Make a perception check.
Who?
Whoever's looking around. Whoever's looking at the gas station in particular, I should say.
I'm always looking around.
Yeah.
Okay, Emil rolling 12.
Ooh! Oh shit!
Wow.
Yeah, you can't. You're focused on the road. It's hard to get a good eye over all of the rubbish that is in your way. But Emil, you kind of in the passenger position get a good look outside and notice that looking kind of through some of the.
Arkea sees it better than I do.
Yeah. Arkea seems would see a bit too, but that roll came a little too late. So we're gonna disqualify it for now. Plus, I'm already narrating the results here. So, but yeah, you see through some of the basically the windows of the various obstacles and cars in front of you, you do notice that the front of the Stagla gas station does appear to be closed up, and that there's a metal shutter down over the front with a kind of hexagonal hole off to the side. None of the pumps look to be in service from what you could tell.
Hexagonal hole?
Yeah.
Off to the side of what again?
Off to the side of the shutter doors over the front door. There's kind of metal shutters over the front door.
And the pumps look like they're not on.
Yeah.
I guess a hole.
Like a keyhole?
Like, oh, yeah, how big is a hole?
It's fairly small. It looks like almost like the hexagonal end of a crank could fit inside, but nothing more than that.
Oh, okay. All right. When you said hole, brain immediately goes to like gravedigger.
No, yeah, like a small little opening in this plate off to the right-hand side of the door.
Okay, good to know. Good to know. Well, not getting in there anytime soon. I might be able to get in if we can open the front gate, but
I mean, there's many ways to open the gate, but
I don't
think we should resort to those things at the moment. Let's just, I guess, press on.
Option. Is this what is this again? The gas station?
Yeah, Stagla is the brand. It's got it in kind of big lit up letters. At least they would be lit up during normal circumstances. But yeah.
All right.
Is there? How do you guys feel about sleeping in the car?
I'm fine. I'm used to it.
Is there a parking garage nearby?
Well, there would be like a garage in the gas station building, but the shutter's down on that as well, and it looks pretty secure. So,
what about like across from the police station, like a big car garage where like?
Well, the police station does have a garage, an underground access garage that you would be able to get to with a police ID.
I know a place, guys. We'll just go to the police station. I need to check in anyhow, and we can rest there.
All right.
All right.
With my police badge. Well, no, I have my police badge on me. We're good.
Mm-hmm.
While we're heading that way, Neil's gonna start fumbling through some stuff in his pockets because he's got a lot of stuff in his pockets, and he pulls out like Katara's will. Katara, are you gonna be needing this?
I would say we should keep it. It has everything, like a testimony against Umbrella and everything on it, so.
Well, alright, I guess I'll keep this with me. I mean, at least it's good to know that, like Grimson isn't as bad as we thought he was, at least.
Yeah.
Seeing as he was... You definitely know he's now not the shooter at the university.
Yeah, I kind of wish I would have called him.
You had a message from him, right? Did you ever tell us what that was?
Yeah, he told me to call him back so we could meet somewhere. He didn't say specifically, but that was all there was.
Well, if it has to do with this beast thing, then I think you should meet him, because he was helping that other guy who probably was the one who got at the university.
I would have to go back to... Actually, would Katara have known contact information for Grimson? Like, that she could call anywhere, or would it just be back at the house?
Some sort of USS code or something?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, probably back at your house you would have that kind of information, but like it would be sort of, I guess, like business contact information, like the business emails that you guys came across that Emil is currently referencing at the underground laboratory. You don't know, like, if he's like out and about, which you suspect he might be at a time like this, you don't know if there'd be any way for you to get on like USS comms or anything like that. But yeah, Qatar wouldn't be privy to that kind of stuff.
Okay, and the only way I could probably get in contact with him is back at the house.
Well, hopefully he'll find you then, I guess.
Maybe he'll... Oh, maybe he'll look over at the precinct? I don't know. Hopefully he finds...
Either way, if that beast starts coming for you for whatever reason, maybe we can help you better than we helped Vincent.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, by the way.
Thanks.
All right. So you guys are continuing your drive?
We're going to continue toward the police station.
Okay, so you're heading for the police station. I'm assuming you're trying to get in via the underground garage?
Correct.
Okay. So, given enough time, I would say you could, you'll get there within probably a half hour or so from when you arrived at the gas station. And so yeah, you pull up to the kind of rear area of the big police station building. It's about 3 stories high and very long. It's a kind of massive building, and you guys pull up into the rear end of it. Just draw my notes. And you kind of pull down into a little bit of a decline, which heads towards this kind of shutter gate with a kind of scanning device sticking out of the wall for you to stick out of the driver's side with your police ID.
Okay. I'm going to scan it.
Okay, so yeah, you run your ID through it, and it clicks, and the electronically opens up the gate in front of you, which goes up. You head in, and the gate closes behind you as you enter into the garage in the RPD police station building. So you see a bunch of this area is kind of has like these kind of red stone walls, and it's all crowded with all manner of personal. Yeah, there's all manner of personal vehicles down here, as well as some police vehicles and large kind of armored vehicle as well, parked off against one of the walls.
All right. Well, I think this is.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think this is the safest we're gonna get, actually.
Yeah, it should be pretty safe in here. Would the doors be unlocked in the armored vehicle?
B check.
You might need the key still.
Not to get in it.
I don't know.
Drive it. Yeah, I'll check. How do you want me to
check?
Investigate?
Yeah. So, I mean, well, I'm assuming you get your Hummer situated and parked, and then you can kind of exit the vehicle and head over to the armored truck. And, yeah, when you try, it seems to be locked on all ends.
All right, guys, I guess it's sleeping in the Hummer if you want to take a rest. This is the safest we're going to get. I was just seeing if this armored vehicle was open, because you'd probably be able to lay down on the floor.
Is there enough room to put the seats back and just lay down in the back?
Would assume. I mean, there's in the Hummer there's a spot right in the middle that you're supposed to be able to lay a whole dying body on. So
it's very specific.
Well, that's what the Hummer's built for. Is also for medical transport in the military. So you're able to take somebody if they were wounded, and lay them across the bench and transport them.
All right. I'll let the two in the back have all the room, and I'm just gonna stay in the front.
Yeah, I'll just stay in the front also.
Okay. So you guys situate yourselves in the Hummer and snuggle in for a night's rest in the security of the basement of the police station. So I'm assuming this is you guys taking a long rest.
This is us
Yes.
taking a long rest.
I need to get rid of that fatigue.
All right. Yeah, this area is fairly secure, so feeling so, you guys settle in to rest.
Don't even take watch.
Shortly enough, yeah. Emil, I'm going to need a sidebar with you
Okay.
as you guys fade off to rest.
Real quick, that is half of my hit dice back, right?
Yeah, so all of you, really quick, long rest stuff, all of you, at the end of this rest, regain half of your maximum hit dice pool, and Chauncey, you get rid of your fatigue that you had acquired earlier. So, sidebar. Hello. So,
it's gonna
now
be a
that we're
long night,
alone.
isn't it?
Emil, there is no empty void this time around. As soon as your eyes roll back, the darkness just takes you immediately and drops you off a roof. You fall what feels like several stories before landing boots first in another dark hallway. You're again clad in armor with a rifle in hand. The surrounding walls are riddled with bullet holes. The body of a boy, dressed in shoddy clothes, gripping an AK-47, looks to be no more than 18 years of age, lies in a puddle of blood at your feet. After observing this for a little bit, you're not sure if you just hadn't noticed him or if he just now suddenly appeared, but you hear a familiar voice come from beside you. You did what you had to do, Emil. Ain't no shame in that. You recognize this voice as Scott Muller.
Yeah, well, we just need to keep moving. We need to protect everybody.
Yeah, you don't say. Speaking
Can't stop to
of,
think about it.
of course. Speaking of protecting everyone, whereabouts is Carmine in all this?
Do I know where Carmine is? Do I think I know where Carmine is?
You think about it, and you recall the labyrinthine complex of this facility. And the more you think about it, the more you think you might know where he is. But then, as soon as you think deeply about it, you're suddenly gripped by something. You turn to see your assailant, and it's a bloodied, decayed, undead Jack Carmine snarling in your face. Before suddenly,
No!
your eyes open. Your blood pumps fast, but your body is still. All right, back to the table.
Handle some dirty business.
What's
Welcome back.
What's this dirty business? So, you guys
Nothing.
all finish your long rest, the uneventful, uninterrupted, and you guys wake up. It appears to be morning now as you look back out the rear window of where you're parked and see the light shining in through the gates that you had entered in the previous night. So, all of you are still in the Hummer in the same positions that you last left off. It is now September 26th, 1998.
Oh man. Not you suck in this chair. I gotta get out of the Hummer and stretch
I don't know what's wrong with you.
for sure.
I'm gonna get out of the Hummer and stretch as well.
You guys all feel the blood start to rush back into you as you stretch your legs for the first time in a while, although, Emil, your blood's already kicking.
I'm leaning against the Hummer, breathing hard.
What's the matter with you?
Rough nights. Faces in the bed.
Kaya immediately goes over and hugs Emil. That is the best noise I've heard in a long time.
Emil grunts.
You'll pat her on the back.
Aw. She holds him like in a hug for a while.
Emil starts to get uncomfortable.
All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna head off into here and check what they needed us for.
I'm coming with you.
Obviously, I know what's going on.
Let's go then.
Yeah, I guess you guys could come with me.
I mean, we're not gonna stay in here all day. We got gonna have something to do. What's the worst gonna happen?
Take back those words. Take them back.
Exactly.
I'm just fighting words.
It's been a long night. I'm sorry.
But you can tell me about it on our walk into the proceeding.
We go.
What was wrong with the passenger side? Hardly anybody ever sits in there.
Nothing wrong with the seat. It's the bag of meat on the seat. It's all messed up.
Bro. I literally got smacked down by a worm.
Yeah.
What did you do that gives you aches in your bones?
Yeah, you know, past. When you get as old as I am and you see as much as I've seen, sometimes you kind of wish for a giant worm. Makes it a lot easier. You know what the enemy is.
I think after this you need to get your head checked, because I don't know what that enemy was.
All right. So I'm assuming you guys are walking and talking as you make your way over to the door that Chauncey would know leads back into the main building, or at least the main part of the basement area. So as you guys approach the door, actually, what's the marching order, first of all?
I guess I'm leading the way.
Yeah, since you're the navigator in this instance.
I don't know where I'm going, so I'm just following whoever's in front of me.
Okay, you second in line then?
Probably.
And then I'll be behind. I'll be at the end, at the rear.
Okay.
I'll be probably hanging back with Katara.
All right, yeah, so you two in the back. All right, so frontman Chauncey, I'm going to ask that you make a perception check as you approach this upcoming door. Okay, that's pretty good. So as you approach the door that leads back into the main halls of the basement, you do kind of hear briefly before you go in for the knob, the brief patter of feet. Or at least they kind of sound like footsteps, but like it's a lot lighter than footsteps, almost like something a lot smaller.
Oh shit!
Hear a little. And with that perception, I'll say, yeah, you could hear you could catch a little bit of like a growl, like a, if you wait long enough at the door.
You going in? Hold up.
You don't hear that?
What?
That don't sound like footsteps, bro. I think it just growled.
Oh, no, that's not good. I'm gonna pull my rifle out.
I'm gonna pull my shotgun out.
I see them pulling out weapons. I'm gonna pull out the smart shot.
I'm just gonna like look at everybody else and just like.
Can I?
And I'm just gonna like back up a little bit.
Can I creak the door open a little bit and nose in there? See what's in there.
Yeah, sure. I'll have you make a stealth check first before you do so.
Okay. Stealth is a 0.
To see how quietly you do it.
It's pretty good.
Oh,
Okay.
wait, +2, sorry.
Okay, +2 is 19. Wow, you just rolled 2 19s. So, yeah, so you creak the door open as quietly as possible, and it hardly makes a sound. It's a well-oiled door, this particular one. And as you peek inside, you look into the halls of the basement level of the police station, and you do see what looks to be a dog walking the hall that you're peeking into.
I lean back. Who let the dogs out? Who? That. I let them know that the dogs. That I see a dog. Hey guys, a dog loose in here.
Dog or dead dog?
There's dead dogs. Oh yeah, there's dead dogs. Yeah. We found dead dogs before. Can I notice if it's a dead dog?
No, yeah, you would have been able to tell by this point that it was not a normal dog. With your experience with the undead thus far. You definitely notice all the signs of the decaying flesh and whatnot.
Probably smells too.
Oh yeah, it reeks.
It's not a good dog.
All right, you first.
First, I'm gonna knock on the door.
You're gonna knock on the door that you're at?
Yeah, like let the door. Is the door swing into the building or out of the building?
I think it swings out. Yeah.
Are there any windows?
Like out into the garage.
There are not any windows.
Okay, everybody step back.
Oh yeah, I'm already stepping back.
All right, just like take a good distance.
We are going to be
to
15.
bang on the door. I'm gonna bang on the door.
All right.
And then is it like would it be like a spring-loaded door or just like door with handle? Like is it a push door or is it like you have to turn the knob to open the door?
You do have to turn the knob.
Okay, I'm going to turn the knob and just like leave it just cracked so whenever the dog comes to the door, it can push it open.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna step back and I'm gonna aim my gun right at the door and hold an action to blast it whenever it comes through.
Okay, so you're banging on the door, making a ruckus to attract it to this crack in the door that you have open. Okay, so you start just banging against the door, trying to get its attention, and then you hear the footsteps quicken, or as you know now, paw steps, and eventually the one dog that you'd seen out in that hall it comes dashing through the door. So you could go ahead and make your attack with advantage that you are holding.
Okay. These are +4.
Oh, were you holding an action?
I was also holding an action.
Okay, yeah, then you can both make your attack.
You may not need it though. Just so you know.
Can I hold an action to see if it survives?
yeah, I'll say you can. You're at the ready.
It's gonna be 2 shots with a shotgun, or just want me to do the one surprise shot?
I totally forgot.
I mean, you have a fire rate of 2, so you decide which.
I usually fire with 2, but I didn't specify ahead. That's why.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
Well, you just have to specify before you roll.
Okay.
So, are you doing it? Is this a 2 for?
Yeah.
All right, so
always 2.
That definitely hits. Go ahead and roll for damage. So as the dog leaps out in the brief opening or the small opening the door, Chauncey fires off his 2 rounds, and they splatter into the side of this small dog.
There's
21 points of
damage.
All right, so as you fire those 2 shots, there's a big splatter of blood out both sides of it, and it just goes. It lets out a yelp as it collapses to the ground in a heap of its own blood. You hear a bunch more footsteps starting to mobilize on the other side of the door. I'm gonna need everyone to roll initiative.
Okay. Can I shut the door? Damn it! That was a good kill though.
Is it dead?
Got that one.
Yeah, that one was dead. So let me.
So I still have a held action if.
Yeah. Well, first of all, just to get you a little bit of visual aid.
Yes.
Yeah.
My nose. This one's dead.
Yeah. That one closest to your door is.
Where are we?
So hold on, let me get you guys the lay of the land real quick. So yeah, you guys would have been at this door in the bottom left corner. Let me switch over on the stream real quick. Okay. So.
Oh, that ain't right. But you have that.
So yeah, let's just really quick open up this area to the left so we can kind of line you guys up outside the door.
Yeah.
It's a big open area in the garage, so there should rightfully be about that much space. All right. So yeah, everyone got their minis out on the board. So let me real quick get myself together here.
Can you move?
Okay.
Is this spot open?
Yeah.
To the left?
Yeah, you want me to expand it a little bit more?
Yeah, I'm 15 feet.
Okay. Well, because of the marching order, you will have to at least be ahead of the ladies.
Yeah, so I figured they were like right about where I'm at.
Well, because you guys would have been coming in from this Oh, let me. This direction. So.
Yeah, and I backed up before he.
Okay, I see.
Opened the door.
So yeah,
I backed up to
those are your starting positions.
where they were. Yeah.
All right. All right, so everybody, go ahead and sound off on your initiatives in camel order. At least
Emil,
on our
5.
Emil at
okay,
5.
8.
Chauncey 8.
And then Qatar 16.
Was so Arkea and Doc and Chauncey are tied.
Yes.
Okay, do you guys want to decide now who goes first?
It's up to you, RK. I'm good either way.
I guess I'll go first then.
Okay,
Okay. She rolled the higher natural number.
true. All right, now it's Katara at 16.
Yep.
Okay. So, top of the round, Katara, you are going first.
I'm gonna hold my action for in the event that the dogs are rushing out the door.
Okay. We'll sit
So,
down with
like-
that there.
So like in the event that another one goes through the door, she's gonna ready a spark shot to shoot.
Okay, you're holding an action.
Yep.
All right, and is that going to be your turn?
Yes.
All right, next up, Arkea.
Okay, here we go. Can I get... Yes, actually. Just barely. There.
Oh, there you go. That's 25 feet of movement to get in front of the door.
And she's going to hold her action to hit the person that comes out of the door.
Oh, okay, I'm assuming you've got one of your melee weapons primed.
Can I have both?
Are they light?
They are. They're. I believe they're both
Does it
light.
say light on it? If it says light on their stat card, then yeah, you could. Well, I mean, you could only pull out one as a free action, though.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, then I'm just going to have my ready to like crack the first thing that comes to this door.
All right, your baton, you said. All right, so you got your action readied, and next up is Chauncey.
Oh wow.
I'm going to hold my action for something to come through that door.
All right, you guys are holed out at the
That's gonna
garage.
be with my shotgun. Actually, no. I'm gonna run in. Run in.
Okay.
Let's see what we got here. We're gonna go here. It's gonna look jank. I'm sorry.
Yeah. All right, so you run out into this hall. You see now, getting a better look at it, that this kind of basement hall area, it's got like dirt floors and concrete walls and a very musty smell. Not only does it not get a lot of air, but there are Walking Dead in here. So, what are you doing?
Shoot this dog.
All right.
This one right here.
All right, go ahead and roll for attack.
Yeah, that's gonna be two shots
Shotgun.
with the shotgun. Yes, and that is my attack right there.
All right, so you draw your
But
shotgun
I
up.
get advantage with range, right?
If you're closer.
If it's within your optimal range, which I believe is within 5 feet for the shotty. So you go up, fire off 2 shots. At that range, the dog, which had seen you coming, kind of zigs and zags, and your pellets splatter or scatter against the walls.
Okay. I'm gonna run back. I think
Okay.
so that was what one.
I've
Move
used
real
20
quick.
feet of movement to get there because it said 25, and then you doubled back. So assuming you moved efficiently.
15.
no, yeah, that's
15.
10 because it would be 5 up and 5 back down.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, so 15. So you have another 15 feet of movement remaining.
I'll move right back where.
Oh yeah, okay.
You see him go in, shoot, like we just hear shots go off, and he comes back like.
All right.
Hit mark.
Next up, the dogs are going to start moving.
Okay, but I did notice that there was 3.
Yes, you did. You would have noticed 2 of them. No, you would have only noticed 1 as far as you got actually.
Okay.
So
I see one guy.
the first one is gonna run in over here, and Archaea, you get to use your held action.
It hits the thing in the face. Her body part is available. Let's see here. Okay.
Okay.
Patience. That.
Okay, so you swing as this dog runs in, but you aim a little high and it goes right over it. Is anybody else holding actions?
That triggers my held action, but is Archaea in the way?
No, I wouldn't say that she is. I would say you have a good enough aim to be able to not hit someone in front of you, especially since you're not occupying the entire 5-foot space. So
yeah, okay.
Yeah,
so, oh yeah, I'll let.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say I had a held action, but I'm not gonna do it because it's gonna hit the other 2.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah, it's the spark shot. When I shoot it as for damage, it goes within a 5-foot radius as well. So,
I mean, I wish I knew that, but
or rather, you could should it as a line, is what the alternate fire.
Oh, I could shoot it as a line.
Yeah,
as well.
But you do have the option to do just a single attack. That would function basically the same way as a firearm, so where you could just target one thing.
Oh,
so it's up to you. Yeah, it has like an alternate fire where you can shoot it in a line, but
yeah, I'll shoot it in a line then.
Well, the line is what would hit your allies, because that.
Oh, okay, yeah, never mind.
Yeah. So you're doing its primary fire to just fire like one sat against a single target.
Yeah, against a single target.
All right. Yeah. So go ahead and roll your attacks, all of you.
All right.
Or I guess one at a time in case somebody kills it.
I want to let that one go first.
Okay.
I don't know if that's metagaming or not because I think it's gonna stun it.
This one's a launcher again, so I don't have to roll. I just roll for damage.
Well,
right?
you do. Oh, hey, we just got some subscriber. Yeah, that was Rock of the Martin, I think. Just reconfirmed his subscription. Thank you very much, dude.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness, is he the longest running subscriber? I'm not sure.
That's absolutely 8 months.
Yeah. 8 months. That's hefty, dude. Thank you very much.
That's intense.
Yeah. So, okay, Lisa's gonna be right back. Yeah, so it is a launcher, but it only you do have to make an attack roll with it if you're doing the normal fire that targets one thing.
Okay, so that is
proficiency mobility.
Proficiency mobility.
Yeah,
okay.
mobility
right, cool.
because it's a ranged attack, proficiency because it's a launcher, and you have proficiency with those. So. Okay, so you fire off the spark shot, and you're not used to it, and it first of all, it goes off with a kind of loud, almost like the sound when a transformer kind of detonates kind of sound. It's kind of louder than you're expecting and resonates throughout the entire garage, and the sparks just fly overhead. You weren't entirely certain what was going to happen, and so the hesitation kind of put your shot off. But yeah, so. You're gonna take your shot, Emil.
Now I'm shooting take 2 shots. Because I have a weapon with a fire right now.
You do. That's true. Oh, that just hits.
So
12
with fire rates, 1 attack roll for 2 shots, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
So yeah, you fire both your shots. This is with the Dragonov.
This is
newly acquired Dragonov, christening it. So you fire off your 2 shots, and they both find their placement in the abdomen of this zombie dog. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Well, that's a lot of damage.
Ooh.
I do. Do I do? Oh, never mind. I don't have any bonuses to that. Never mind. Those are very good and very bad at the same time.
Yeah, so your shots find their placement, and there splatters of blood off of its side. It kind of lets out a little bit of a yelp as it stumbles a bit, but it is still standing.
All right.
Quick
That's all I
preference.
got.
Could you flip the dog so we can see that there's 2 dogs there?
Oh, yeah. Let me go ahead and... Oh, there we go.
Looks
All
like
right.
a double-headed dog.
Yeah, I know.
It looks like
Now it looks like actual Cerberus.
True Cerberus.
All right. So, with that being said, it's still the dog's turn. So it's going to go ahead and make an attack at Chauncey.
Oh, bro.
So it's going to come at you with a bite. That's an 8 to
no.
hit. So it comes at you. You see it bare its teeth as it snarls and attempts to bite at you, but you're easily able to evade it.
Down, dog.
All right, next up, Emil, your turn.
All right, I'm gonna take another 2 shots.
All right, another 2 shots.
It's looking bad, actually.
It looks pretty rough.
All right, I'm gonna do one shot.
It looks pretty rough as by default, but it looks rougher than normal.
Is it limping?
Yeah, it's limping pretty hard. It stumbled after you put those shots into it before.
1 shot.
So good thing you called 1 shot. So you fire 1 shot, and with Archaea in front of you, kind of moving around, she almost gets into your line of sight a bit, and you kind of veer off just as you pull the trigger, and it hits the wall to the side.
Is that natural one on that gun also do the same that it does with my guns?
I don't think this has a jam.
Does it not have a jam? Let me take a look at that.
No, it does have a jam. It's jammed.
Yeah, it's jammed. So your weapon is now
So,
jammed.
I pull it to the side. It's like, oh, dang it.
Yep. You see a 7.62 round just kind of sticking out of the feed.
Yep, stovepiped.
Remind me later, Emil. I'll show you how to use that gun.
Shut it, Chauncey.
So,
I'm gonna.
You gonna hold
drop
position? Oh, you're gonna drop it?
Yeah.
All right.
Or I'm gonna put it down by dropping it at my feet.
All right. So you drop the Dragonov at your feet.
Yeah, and that's all I'm going to do.
All right. So top of the round. You guys hear some additional, almost kind of like footstep kind of sounds coming from the basement hallway. But since you guys don't have line of sight in there, you're not sure what that might be. But you hear some more movement than just the dogs in there. All right, Katara, you're up.
Is it big movement?
Make a perception check. See what kind of detail you can get out of it.
Okay, so
it sounds not necessarily like huge movement, but definitely a good sized creature, bigger than the dogs. And it doesn't seem to be a similar sort of sound of like the patter of the paws against the dirt. This sounds like it's against concrete, and it sounds a lot more how should I say, a lot more clingy, a lot more wet almost, and kind of nasty sounding. Oh, hey, nice gun.
That actually is a really nice version of the gun.
I'm gonna. Jesus. I'm gonna have her hold another action.
Okay.
I'm gonna have her hold another action. Just mainly said in the event the dog gets through the 2, she's gonna shoot.
Okay, got it. So you're holding action on that dog. All right.
Yeah.
To make an attack against it. Next up, Archaea, you're up.
She's gonna try to correct this dog in the face again.
All right, go ahead and roll your attack. All right, that hits. Go ahead and roll damage as you come down with the baton.
D8.
It's looking hurt. Beat its ass. This is revenge over the first dogs.
Yeah. I think you guys already got revenge on dogs.
Oh yeah,
honestly,
true.
at some point. Yeah.
Really quick.
Yep.
Efficiency to damage?
Say what?
Efficiency to damage.
No, you do not add proficiency to damage.
Okay.
Only the ability score, which would be strength, I suppose, in your case. So,
Oh,
which I don't believe is anything, yeah. You just rolled another d20.
Oh.
I messed that up.
All right, nice.
Oh.
So as you come down with your baton, crack, as you hear its jaw dislodge and the pup just slams into the floor. I say pup, these are big, mean police canines. So yeah, this thing appears to be down for the count as you come down with that attack. All right, is that going to be your turn?
Nice.
Is that Archaea's turn? All right,
Use
Chauncey.
my bonus action.
Oh, right. Bonus
Hold on.
action?
A bonus action to encourage. Because he seems like he needs it.
Who are you encouraging?
Yep.
It's cutting you out a lot.
Yeah, it's cutting you out.
Second. I will write it down.
Yeah,
in the chat.
Type it out. We'll and whoever gets it will get it. But for now, Chauncey's turn. What are you doing, Chauncey?
I'm gonna dodge back in this door. That's 5 feet of movement, puts me in 5 feet of range, and I'm blasting that bastard.
All right, go ahead and make your attack with advantage.
2 shots in my shotgun,
Oh man.
and that's advantage. Yes. Ooh. Roll up to see it.
Yeah, it's gonna hit either way.
Yeah.
All right, so that hits. Go ahead and roll your damage. Last 2 shots with the shotty.
Brow.
Oh, hot dang.
Oh boy.
So Chauncey
Dog
ducks.
on the wall.
Chauncey brings his gun back up, ducks back into the hall, and goes. Puts 2 rounds into this dog, and it splatters against the wall and almost flies back with the impact against the concrete. This thing collapses limp dead to the ground.
Do I see anything else in this room?
Not at the moment.
Okay. Damn dog. And I'm gonna dart back and to here.
All right.
Actually, no, I'm gonna dart. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to here. And then I have nothing else I can do. Wait, I can't reload. It's an action to reload, huh?
It's an action to reload, yeah.
Alright, I'll wait.
Oh, there's Archaea's encouragement to Emil. So, Emil, you have a d6 dice to add to one of your d20 rolls within the next 10 minutes. All right. Next up, if that's the end of Chauncey's turn.
Yes.
Yeah, this dog is going to keep the train going and run in through this door. Let me go ahead and move him to the front.
Oh shit, we never shut the door, guys. That was supposed to be the first thing we did.
That's as far as he can get, so it's going to attack the first thing it sees, and that's going to be Archaea with a bite. That's a 17 to hit.
Does that trigger Katara's held or no?
She said if it gets
so.
past.
Okay.
Yeah, he said if any get past the line. So, yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, that hits. That hits little Archaea. Then you take 4 points of damage, one of which is necrotic, as it bites down onto your leg, the low-hanging meat. So that's 3 points of piercing and 1 necrotic, and that's going to be its turn. Next up is Emil.
I'm pulling out my knife.
All right. You draw your knife from its sheath.
I'm going there. I'm gonna pull out my knife and I'm gonna stab it.
All right, roll for attack.
Target. This is piercing. Just.
Okay, yeah, you come down with a stab. At 16 to hit, that definitely hits.
I'm going to apply poison.
Okay.
Ooh.
So you're gonna cast apply poison. So,
actually, hold on. No, never mind. I swore I had chem fluids on me. I don't.
oh, you don't have chem fluids?
Nope.
All right, yeah, you can't
I have a
cast
bunch
that
of
then.
adrenaline, though. No, I can't. Never mind.
Yeah, so you come down, just a regular attack. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Need to remember to get some from my supplier.
Hold on. Okay.
Hey, get back here! I'm trying to stab you.
the struggles.
All right, that's an 8 to hit.
That's 8 piercing.
Or rather, yeah, 8 piercing. My bad. That's what I meant to say. But yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you come down, you stab it, and get a good incision into its side. It's definitely feeling it.
I think that's all I can do.
All right, that's your turn. All right, next up, it's back to the top of the round, and you hear a little bit more of that scuttling that you heard before. Actually,
wait, did you say? Did you say what I got from that perception check a while ago?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, I don't remember.
Yeah, I just gave you some more detail on the texture of the sound and things like that.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So, first of all, I'm gonna have them do the movement that they did on the round before at the same time. So they're gonna get a little farther.
Why do you say that like it's plural?
So you guys cannot yet see these things, but if you guys go in, you will shortly be able to.
Oh,
and that's
no.
as
Zoom in and see what it looks like.
Katara, your turn.
Oh, I'm doing the same thing.
Katara,
Same thing.
Hold.
Yeah, holding action.
Oh, you're doing the
thing.
same action. Yeah, I see what you mean.
I'm doing.
I thought you meant you were zooming in on them too.
No.
All right. So, just waiting to see if anything breaks the line.
Yeah, if anything breaks through the line, she's gonna go through.
Got it. Arkea, your turn.
We have a kill funnel.
Okay.
Oh, okay, sorry. He cut out, so I didn't know.
Oh yeah, it's your turn.
Okay, the dog in front of me is dead.
No,
right?
it's not dead.
There's
still,
2 dead dogs.
There's one alive dog on top of a pile of 2 dead dogs.
Lovely.
Can you put like one of them upside down so we can see all of them?
No, I'm not doing that.
Kill me. Okay,
I can try.
so she's just gonna do what she does best, I guess.
All right, roll for attack.
This dog in front of her. They just multiply, man.
Chauncey, you're on deck afterwards.
Oh my!
I'm ready with a question.
All right.
Done.
So, swing and a miss as the dog jumps out of the way as your extendable baton comes down and collides with the floor beneath you.
Of course it does. Let's see here. I'll use my bonus action to discourage it.
All right, so I believe it makes a wisdom saving throw against your charm save DC.
I have a bad feeling nobody heard that. I'm gonna guess nobody heard what I said.
That's a
Something
6.
about a bad feeling.
Oh, no. If that was against my DC, no.
Yeah, that fails.
It doesn't make it.
So this thing is now discouraged. I believe it's, what was that again? Disadvantage or something on its,
yeah, disadvantage on attacks.
On attacks only, or?
I believe.
All right.
Yes. I want to say.
Okay, hold on. I have the book.
Real quick though, if I have 2 pistols, I can shoot both of them, right? One
Yeah,
is
you
my
shoot.
attack and one is a free action.
No, you can shoot one as with the attack action, one with a bonus action if you attack with the other one first.
Okay, now to pull one out is an action,
To pull one out is a free action.
but to pull both of them out would be an action.
Yes.
Ugh. All right, I'll do something else. I'm ready whenever.
Yeah,
my
it's
Yeah, I believe it's your turn.
It's disadvantage on the next attack roll, ability check, or saving throw.
Okay,
Oh,
so it has
okay.
disadvantage on whatever its next D20 roll is.
Yeah.
So,
Whatever's okay, good to know. All right.
all right, thank you for that.
No
Pull one
problem.
out. Pull
Chauncey.
one out next turn.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna reload my shotgun.
Okay, you're putting some more shells into the shotgun, and you take the reload action. Is that going to be your turn? Or are you gonna move or do anything else?
I'm going to sit right where I am.
All right, next up this, oop, accidentally just brought up its thing. All right, this dog is gonna go ahead and hop in between you guys and attempt to make some sort of attack.
Some sort.
So this is.
Dog.
Are you gonna take your held action at that?
Yep.
All right. Make your attack.
Oh my god!
Terrible.
Wow. So you hear another loud sparking roar as this weapon fires again, and the electricity just like sparks off of the concrete floor beneath it, and then it's going to go ahead and attempt to make a bite at Emil, who just stabbed it, but it does so with disadvantage.
Oh, I thought that was a 1.
It almost was. I rolled the same thing twice, so that's 10 to hit.
You know, that doesn't hit me anymore.
That's true, that's true. You're armored up now. So yeah, this thing attempts to bite at you, but it just like ends up letting out a sad whimper of discouragement as it does, and it hits nothing. Alright, so, Emil, your turn.
I'm gonna stab it.
Roll for attack. 15?
Yeah.
That hits. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Same thing. 8 points of piercing.
Okay, so as you come down and stab, you put your knife down, stabbing it and pinning it against the floor, and it goes limp underneath your grip.
Yeah, all right. There's gonna be some more, so I think we should be careful.
All right,
That's my turn.
That's your turn. So, top of the round. You hear the scuttling intensify, and
Scuttling intensifies.
this thing is going to enter head first, and it's gonna. First off, we're gonna see it, and the other one, its companion, is going to follow suit using both of all of their movements to get into your guys' space. So,
What is that?
you see, let me lay the scene out for you. So you guys hear the scuttling intensify, and then looking at the open door, you see coming in from the top of the door some feelers, some claws, and then what looks to be these large bug-like creatures slither in and kind of well, at this point, the garage has a bit of a higher roof, so they're going to drop down onto the floor and as they continue the rest of their movement, and they are currently among you, these large, just like bug-like creatures with these hard shells, and they are quite large. They're about the size of a person. And the first one that entered in is going to go ahead and make a claw attack against Chauncey, who's directly ahead of it.
Thank you.
And it's going to
Give
miss.
me another one.
And then the one that entered second is gonna go in. First of all, it's gonna stand on 2 feet, and you see its 4 claws above kind of extend outwards, like it's going in for a hug.
Oh, good.
That's that one
Press
down here.
who?
Against Emil.
Get back.
So it doesn't hit, and you kind of shove it off as it squeals in your face. So that is going to be their turn. Next up, Katara. You have the floor.
Okay, so I was gonna drop the spark shot.
All right.
Okay, like, is that like a full action or is that a free action?
No, if you want to holster it, that's a free action. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. And then flame spray.
All right, you're
the
casting
thing
flame
right in front of
spray.
me.
All right.
Now, the RNG gods would please. Thank you.
All right. So Katara pulls out her old canister and a lighter,
Old Faithful.
and Old Faithful lets forth a torrent of flame. Roll your damage.
Maybe not so much.
Plus your intelligence modifier
Oh.
because of the new update.
Oh, that's right. Oh,
So-
I have to update that. Okay, yeah. So that's 5.
5 total.
Yeah, that's 5 total.
Okay, and flame damage. So yeah, you let forth a torrent of flame, and it impacts against this strange bug-like creature, and it seems to have taken some damage from it.
Okay, let me update that in the rollability thing.
Yeah, because it's your new
Yep.
chemistry subclass does that now. So, it's not going to be Katara's turn.
Yep, that's her turn.
All right, Arkea, you're up. You're face to face with these big bug creatures that have just surprised you running in from the rooftop. Or rather, the ceiling, I should say.
Lovely. My favorite thing. Okay. Damn move. So she's just gonna hit it.
All right.
Hope to God it works. And that does not work.
So it's another swing and a miss. You're just like swinging wildly at everything that comes through, but you're not catching anything of substance.
She's going to look over her shoulder and she's gonna yell at Katara, "Kill it!" And that's her encouragement.
Okay. So Katara, you are encouraged.
Sweet.
All right. Next up is going to be Chauncey.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and shoot this thing.
All right, yeah, you got your loaded shotty now, so.
And that's 2 shots.
Mhm.
Advantage. Ooh, I need that advantage.
Yeah, you would have needed it.
Oh, I
There
got
you
that
go.
advantage.
Yeah, that went from a miss to a hit, so go ahead and roll your damage.
Boom!
All right, so Chauncey.
19 piercing.
Nice. So Chauncey fires another 2 rounds. At point blank, you see big bits of kind of crusty flesh fly off of them. And it lets out a sort of squeal of pain.
You're still alive.
It's still standing, though. Is that going to be your turn?
No. I'm gonna move. Here.
Okay, yeah, that actually doesn't provoke any attacks of opportunity. So, is that going to be your turn after that, then?
Yes.
Okay, so next up is Emil.
Oh wow, I get to go.
Yeah, no dogs to wait on anymore.
This was the one that got shot, right?
Correct.
I'm gonna stab it.
All right, you turn on it and come down with your knife. Go ahead and roll your attack.
Knife only mode. I'm going to use that encouragement.
All right, go ahead and roll your encouragement dice.
Which is a D6.
D6.
That's
All right, so
14?
that's 14.
14 to hit?
That just hits.
Oh yes. Okay.
Encouragement finally came in handy. All right, go ahead and roll your damage.
That is another 8 points of piercing damage.
Nothing but 8s as you come down and stab with the 8s in your hand. You come down and stab against it, and with this, you kind of drag it to the floor and just like put in a finishing blow. This thing appears to be grounded and dead. Yeah, beat it down savagely. Is that your turn?
I'm gonna kick it and end my turn.
All right. Top of the round. This only surviving creature is going to attack the little girl directly in front of it with a claw.
I hate my life.
Oh no, you don't.
No, I'm pretty sure this was the same guy that rolled the natural one last time too. All right, these guys can't roll for Jack tonight. So yeah, it swings and just like again goes a little high, and you're all small and swift. And that is going to be its turn. And next up, well, actually, next up, as it swings and misses, and it's gonna kind of continue with the momentum and keep on moving and get in over here. So, next up is Katara.
Flame spray.
All right, flame spray once again. Keeping the equipment out, you go ahead and spray your chemicals in its direction. You see this makeshift flamethrower spitting fire at them. That's 12 points of fire damage, or flame damage.
That's the good stuff.
Yep.
All
That's
right.
a lot better than last time.
Yeah. So the flame impacts against it, and it lets out a screech as it burns, and you see it starting to catch now around the crevices of its body. Is that going to be your turn?
Yep.
All right. Next up, Arkea.
Awesome. She's gonna do what she does best.
All right. Let forth another swing of the baton. Oh, natural 20.
Nat 20 on the beat 'em up.
All right. Go ahead and roll
Okay.
critical damage, so double the damage dice. So instead of rolling 1d8 for your baton, you would roll 2d8.
Okay. I always get confused if it's double the dice or double
Yeah, it's
the...
always double the dice.
double the-
Okay.
great.
So 6 points.
6.
One more than it could have been. So as you come down and give it a good whacking with your baton. All right. Is that going to be your turn?
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna look behind me and I'm going to say, spending my last support dice.
Oh, man.
I'm gonna say, we need this thing dead. And
Who's that going to?
Chauncey.
Okay.
Can I refuse to take it and tell her to just don't worry about it? You hold on to that.
I don't need your encouraging words.
Like, little girl, I appreciate it, but I got this.
Watch him roll a natural 1.
Either way, I really don't think I'm gonna get a chance to use it by the time it dies. That's all I'm saying. I'm trying to save you from spending it for no reason.
Are you still going to spend it, or?
She kind of looks at him and goes, okay. And
Alright.
she doesn't spend it.
All right, you retract your encouragement.
Yes.
All right. So,
It's fine, screw you then.
next up, Chauncey.
I'm gonna drop my shotgun and pull my knife out as my free action and stab this thing.
All right, sounds good. Yeah. Dropping the shotgun wholesale will not take up your free action, so you are able to draw your combat knife. So go ahead and make your attack roll. All right, that's definitely hits. Roll your damage. All right, so that's 10. What's the damage type?
10 slashing.
All right, so you cut across it with your knife, and it lets out another loud squeal as you do and cut off a good swath of its flesh. It seems to be very, very hurt. All right, Emil, you're up last.
I thought I could kill it. Not. Thought it was closer than that. I didn't want to waste the shotgun shell.
Does it look bad?
It looks very rough. It looks to be, it's kind of like standing up on its hind legs at this point, and when he came across it with the slash, it kind of reeled back, and it's kind of looking a little dazed.
I'm gonna put one right between the armor plating with a knife.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to at least.
That definitely
All
hits. Emil, how do you want to do this? Because your minimum damage will kill it.
This is my first one, I think. For
No, you got one on Carmine at the least, remember?
Oh yeah. So like I said, I'm going between the armor plating. I'm looking for like a kink in his it's like natural armor. I'm just gonna like look for it, just like get right in between and just cut whatever that limb is, and see if I can dismember it.
Okay, so getting a good look about its crusty exterior, you look using your natural understanding of anatomy, trying to gauge what looks to be some sort of weak point, and then you can kind of zero in with medic vision and cut down with your. How are you holding your knife? Are we talking ice pick or like standard?
Oh no, like standard.
Yeah,
He doesn't
yeah.
hold an ice pick. That's not proper.
Yeah, so you come down and make an incision very precisely, stick it in between the place that you can see, and just kind of pry it open, letting out a gush of fluid from its back. It lets out a high-pitched squeal that I wouldn't dare try to emulate before running in circles and then collapsing dead onto the ground.
Great noises coming from me tonight.
Yeah, look, it's the first thing you've killed him. Are you okay?
I don't like bugs.
Ah.
Ooh,
I didn't even know it was a bug. It just resembled a bug.
It's an insect type thing. That's nasty. Look at it. It's gross. It's gross.
Are we out of initiative?
Seem to be.
Okay, I'm gonna pick my shotgun back up.
All right.
And then I'm also going to pick up temporarily the sniper rifle and toss it to Emil.
Hey, thank you.
Can I unjam it? Unjam it like real quickly?
Yeah, like so while you grab it out from the floor beside you, and you're like, oh yeah, I know what to do with this, and you just got a lot of experience in it, in fact, and you give it a good rack, lots of racking, lots of tapping. Eventually, you get that shell out of there.
Thanks.
Next time, don't jam it.
Not my fault.
I mean, it's a hard to jam gun, sir.
No, clearly it is not.
Well, user error, not my problem.
All right, I'm just gonna peek inside.
I'm gonna go inside also.
Yeah, so peeking inside Emil, the coast seems to be clear. Hold on, let me put you all to front if I can. You see now this hallway that you hadn't seen previously, with this dirt floor and concrete walls all around.
So we're not in the precinct yet, right?
This is part of the precinct building. You're in the basement.
Okay, so we're in the basement coming out from the garage. So there's a dirt floor?
Yeah.
Well,
seems a rather simple setup down here.
Okay.
We're used to it. It's a little dirty down here. I'm gonna rack
money.
Slide 2 more shells into my shotgun.
Okay, you reload it while you're there. Ahead of you, you see what looks to be a kind of reinforced door that has a kind of red light above it and a card reader to the side of it. You would work here. You would recognize this as the armory.
I swipe my cards.
You don't have the security card for this particular door.
Okay, just making sure. I just wanted to try.
Yeah.
You never know. You never know. They know me and guns. They made sure I didn't have clearance. Well, we know us in armories. We'll have to come back to that door.
Chauncey, what are we here for?
Didn't you hear it over the scanner?
Oh, they said to come here. They didn't say what it was.
Well, we're about to go find out.
Do we know who we're meeting?
No, I'm just going up and go talk to the chief and find out what's going on here. Why the hell these dogs are loose? What the hell those bug things were?
Because that's what I'm wondering. That's what I'm worried about. If those things are running around, it may already be too late.
Not to make any jokes, I've seen some pretty shitty things down in this area. That's just some of it. What's in this door?
That door, you know the layout pretty well, but you peek inside, and you see what looks to be some sort of power generator type of room. It's very mechanical looking. You don't really ever end up having to go in here as a detective, but yeah, that's there. There's this
the power's on, right?
Yeah, the power's on. This place still seems to be functional.
We got into the garage.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could have went out while we were sleeping, though.
That's scary.
Alright, guys. That's just the power room. We really don't need nothing to do with it while the power's on.
Do I see any
investigation checks?
Yeah.
Oh, you want to search the area?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and roll investigation.
Any chemicals?
Yeah, just for anything that's around, basically. Hold on, give me a moment. My thing froze.
Oh, okay, it's all good. All right, 12. Take a look around this particular power room. There you find some scrap material lying around, and you also find a couple of loose bottles that seem to be lying around that people might have left behind. But that's about all you could gather in the way of practical equipment.
Okay. I didn't see anything in here other than scrap material and bottles.
No. All right. Chauncey, do they know we're coming?
I didn't phone ahead.
All right.
So are you peeking into that door there too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
I'm gonna do too far.
yeah. You peek in, you recognize this immediately as the morgue. You see a lot of bodies in here naturally, laid out in bags across the tables.
Well, no need to be in here. That's already dead people.
Make sure the door is nice and locked, though.
Oh, they're dead. They're dead.
Yeah,
This is where Michael was, right?
He was at the hospital morgue is where you took him. This is the police station.
That's
so
right. Yeah. What's this door ahead of me? Is there any signs?
there's no signs on it, but you do see kind of big, bulky double doors around the corner. You would know that this leads to a bit of an outdoor area. You would know there's not really anything in that direction other than sewer access and some fresh air.
All right, guys. I'm gonna head upstairs and see what the hell's going on.
Okay, so you guys head up those stairs, and let's just move you guys back.
Oh.
So you guys head up the stairs, and with the solemn clacks of your feet against the staircase, you eventually make your way up to the first floor of the RPD police station.
Hold on. Do I have 30 or 40 health? Or 35 or 40 health? I have 40 health here, but I've got like 35 health on my other guy.
What?
I don't know.
Mine stayed 28, which I need heals.
I don't know why I have 40 here. Yeah, I have 35 health.
By the way, guys, getting pretty good. Nobody got hurt. Glad to see that.
Doing good so far.
Did anybody take damage that fight?
Nope.
Yeah. Hey, you mind giving me
No, I
damage?
did.
Oh, did you?
Oh, you did?
Yeah, she got bit
Okay.
Yeah.
by one of the dogs.
Do I you have any chemicals?
I can. The most I can hand you is one chem fluid.
All right, I'm gonna use that to heal Arkea.
Okay. So you bust out your med kit and start applying some remedies.
Yep. I'm just gonna like kneel down, get to her level, just pull it out and just sit there, just pull out some stuff.
All right, go ahead.
As
Are you using
he's
treat
doing
wounds?
it,
Yeah, treatments.
I'll wait till he does it.
Every time I heal somebody, it's 1.
Thanks.
You recover 4 hit points.
Oh, 4. Oh, okay. So it's
You have 4 health.
all right. Cool. So that's almost relatively the same.
That I think that pretty much negated the 1 hit you took. That's about it.
I just put a little salve over the bite mark. It's like, that'll disinfect it.
Good job. As he's doing that though, she's going to you said he's on her level.
Yeah, it's like just kneel down and got like, you know.
Okay, she's going to take your hands and put them on the sides of your face, and she's going to say, I meant what I said.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, I have more health than I thought I did. So yeah, it just negates what I took from the dog.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. I just put a cream on the bite mark. That's about it. From Neosporin.
So you guys have now, at this point, as you've gotten to the top of the staircase where you're currently residing, you're in this kind of long hallway with tile floors. There's glass windows off to the side that look to
Which side?
face the street. Your left-hand side, if you're looking down the hall.
All right, after you.
Can we head toward like where the receptionist would be?
Okay. Yeah, you would know that's straight up ahead. So you start leading the party down this hall. You eventually make your way past it, getting back to the payphone corridor, which is a kind of longer, more public area that also has tile floors and a long series of payphones. And
Do we hear any footsteps or voices?
Make a perception check.
Hmm.
17.
As you guys are moving along, you don't see anyone in this particular area, but you do hear, since you're listening in, you do hear in a door right before you guys get back to the main lobby. There's a pair of double doors right across from the payphones, and on the other side of those double doors, you hear a lot of shuffling and a lot of moaning.
Moaning? Not talking.
Moaning. A familiar, deathly sort of moaning.
Yeah, I figured. Chauncey?
I'm here.
I think we might have been too late.
I think so too.
Are you guys still heading?
Get in that armory.
Are you still heading for the lobby area where the receptionist would be?
Yes.
Okay, so you
But quietly now. I think.
Oh, okay. Everyone make stealth checks real quick.
I'm just gonna. I'm gonna
everybody's
motion
stealthing.
towards that door and just like the moaning, and I'm just gonna be like, all right, everybody, we need to be quiet.
We need to stealth up.
Quiet, everyone.
Stealthing. Stealthing.
Quiet down. Quiet down.
Hold on.
Stop making noise. Oh no, this is not good for me. Actually, hold on. Okay, that's not bad actually.
1 second. Oh, stealth.
17 on stealth.
It's under my ability.
3, 20, 1, please.
Okay, so you guys are sneaking as well as you can. Some of you more quietly than others, but you guys kind of
I'm the
hug
one
the
wearing
walls and
heavy
move
armor.
along. That's true. Don't you have?
You're disadvantaged.
You have penalties for that. What does it say on the items
I
stat
have
card?
0 on my stealth.
Oh,
That's
right. It negates your proficiency.
Mhm.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm lugging grenade launchers.
Yeah. Your
shots, and
equipment. Yeah. There's a clanking of bottles from her chemical set, and just all sorts of nonsense happening there. But you guys are moving as quietly as you can. Again, some of you more quietly than others, and you eventually make your way to the door. No, I say eventually. You are just right next to it. The double doors that you heard movement on the other side of were just kind of right across from the door that leads back into the lobby. So, exiting out to the lobby, you see, again, this massive area that you haven't seen for some time now, but it's very familiar to Chauncey. This large hall with tiled marble floors and the RPD logo right in the middle, as well as a beautiful fountain statue that depicts some sort of woman holding a vase. And the ceiling extends up all 3 stories to the roof, and above you could see balconies at the 2nd and 3rd floors. Looking over behind the fountain at the target of your inquiry, you see the desk at which the receptionists are usually working, but they seem to be abandoned at the moment.
Wonder what's giving off that call. Was it like a loop of like a
That would have been
recorded?
8 hours ago.
Yeah, I guess we should have checked before we got out the car. Too concerned about stretching. I'm gonna go over and inspect the receptionist desk.
Okay, yeah, you go over there. Make an investigation check. Let's see what you can determine. All right, 11. You start looking around. Nothing seems out of order other than the emptiness of it. The computer's still functioning and operational, but there's nobody here.
I get why they left, but I'm still curious of why they left. I'm assuming shit's gone bad.
Clearly.
But what shit did they see?
Well, either. Well, that's true. Why would they call someone like people in? I was thinking everyone here is probably already dead from drinking the water. But if they are calling someone in, they must have seen something.
Guess the only option is to talk to Chief. Wonder if he's still in the office. I'm pretty sure he sleeps here.
How far away from us, or how far away from that double doors filled with the moaning noises are we?
You're a good distance away at this point. You're in the lobby area, which is an entirely separate chamber, and then you're on the opposite side Even
if someone
after
were
that.
to theoretically yell really loudly, do I think that there would anybody in that room would come shambling out?
You're not quite sure.
I mean, they'd have to open up that door. Theoretically.
I would say, Chauncey, if you're thinking about like visiting the chief, you would know that's on the west. His office is on the second floor in the west wing. Or rather, it is in the second floor in the east wing of this building. And to get up there would require going through those double doors that you encountered before. But you could also, the entire building is pretty interconnected. You could also go the long way around if you go to the west side.
So the double doors is where the shambling's going?
Yeah, you heard a lot of shambling in there. Sounded like a small crowd. Yeah.
I'm thinking that's all the officers here. If you want to go look for them, we should get moving.
And Chauncey, you would also know, I guess, just knowing the layout of this place. Actually, I'll just have you make a quick history check, just to see if you do know this.
Wait 1 sec.
I guess I'll just make it a general intelligence check.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, if you just
Either
roll
way,
history, that's
either
fine.
way, it's
Okay. No, yeah,
Either way,
you don't
it's a
know.
0.
You don't know.
Shit.
I'm trying to recall more about the layout of this place, but it's also labyrinthine, even after working here every day. You know, aside from, like, the basic areas that you see, you know, throughout your workday, you're mostly otherwise on the streets, so...
So terrible. I've been here for so long, and I still don't remember my first day. And I think that was the only time I got a grand tour of this place. Every other day seemed the same after that. I was in the same rooms, back on the same streets. I think the only way I know is through those double doors.
You gotta pay attention during orientation.
Dude, that was years ago. Like, you can't hold that against me. I've been through some shit too. And lately, I'm thinking of other things. I mean, I think we can head the other way and
We're following you.
find a map. Where blueprints of this place are everywhere. I have to cherish this place. Can I go to my office area? The bullpen and whatnot?
Let's see, that area, yeah, you could head in that direction. You would know that, yeah, that was the kind of bullpen area. You took over... Rather, I don't think you had you didn't have an office per se, but Mike Foster did, and you kind of shared it with him.
Me and Mike shared it,
yeah, and you moved his stuff out after his death, so that office was kind of vacant. So you're heading to that area?
Yeah, because I'm sure there might be some calls and whatnot throughout that office that we could check.
So yeah, in the northwest corner of this particular room is the door that leads actually straight into that area. So you head over to that door. And opening it up, you head out into what looks to be an empty bullpen area. There's all sorts of various equipment scattered around. You see a couple of party hats on one particular table for some reason. You're not sure what that's about.
Shit, whose birthday did I forget?
As you pass by, you do notice like there's some note, like a note nearby the party hats that kind of, it seems like they're welcoming some rookie, nothing you ever heard of. But yeah, you head past that and you head into the cubicle that would have once been Mike's.
Okay.
But this area seems to be empty.
Is there any like, because assuming they would have their own phones and stuff, is there any like answering machine style phones that would have like lights blinking on them or anything? Any messages like?
Oh, excuse me. There are a few answering machine phones, and yeah, they do have some blinking lights with some messages on them.
Can I check like 1 or 2 of them?
Okay, yeah, you play off the first couple, and immediately you realize these are all like essentially backlog flooded complaints and reports from concerned citizens in the days leading up to the height of the outbreak. people reporting the kind of activity that you now see everywhere on the streets, thinking it's suspicious. So, yeah.
While we were down in the cabin?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Is there anything else in the room, like ammunition, weaponry, things like that?
Make a perception check. That's pretty good. You look around. Yeah, you look around. You start kind of rummaging through the places that you would expect to find stuff. You open a couple of drawers, and sure enough, you are able to rummage 10 rounds of 9mm handgun ammo out of this area in little cartons hidden behind.
I only need 5 bullets, so I'm gonna take 5 bullets.
Okay.
And that fills me up on 9mm handgun. No shotgun shells laying around, nothing?
Not that you can discover, no.
Damn it. Need shotgun shells. Alright.
Nothing here.
No map leading around to the backside of the long way around?
I'll say, with your perception check, I will say you could find some paperwork and various things in this area, because it is the information office. It would be around here, things like that. You do kind of find some basic layout printings of the, some basic floor maps of the police station, if you want to glean a little bit of information off of that.
Well, like, point to Emil and tell him, like, start pointing at, not point at Emil, but signal Emil to look at this, and I'm going to point at the map, be like, this is where we are. This is where the chief's office is. This is where the Shamblin is. This is the direction we need to go, and like point out directions that I find.
All right, I'm gonna try to commit it to memory.
Yeah. So yeah, looking at this layout, it does seem you guys are basically at this point on the opposite side of the building from where the chief's office would be, with his being on the second floor on the northeast corner, and you are currently on the first floor on the northwest corner. But yeah, you do see that there would be, with enough running, a way to get over there, given enough time. But from where you're at, you could head into the. There's a second floor stairwell in this corner of the building that can take you up there, and then you could take the balconies around to get to his office. Or again, you could try and brave the double doors with the zombies.
Well,
I'll have actually, I'll have everyone make a perception check real quick.
Oh boy! Oh boy! That's a natural 20, which is the same as my 15.
Yeah, too bad it didn't roll on the screen, but yeah, that is a natural 20. So, Katara, you kind of standing around while they're going over this stuff, and just kind of prancing around with nothing too much to do. You kind of listen in on your surroundings, and you do notice some sound. Trying to zero in on it, you kind of put your ears up against the walls, and you discern that there seems to be some mumbling that you could hear through the walls in this part of the building.
Guys, there's. It sounds like people are talking.
What?
There's like mumbles.
Talking? Where?
Yeah, like there's like mumbling. It's like someone's talking. Like right over here.
Emil, with your roll, I will say that after she points it out, if you want to focus in, you could also notice it with your keen senses. There does appear to be some mumbling that you could hear through the walls very faintly, but it, in fact, it sounds quite busy. There seems to be a lot of mumbling.
Is like looking back at the map, is like a room in that direction?
Yeah, there does appear to be a room in that direction, kind of on the other side of the
one of the walls.
One of the walls in this area.
All right, I think we should get over there.
I agree.
And it does not sound like. It sounds like.
It sounds like a lot, whatever it is. It's like I said, it's very busy, but the fact that you could pick up these noises through the walls at all is a little bit of a miracle. You can't necessarily discern too much about the demeanor of them or the details, but you hear mumbling.
All right, let's go check it out quietly and yeah.
All right,
let's go.
Let's hope they're alive.
Let's go.
So you guys, so there's a couple of ways you could get over there. You could go back into the lobby and go around the exterior hallways of the west wing of this building, or you could just kind of take a more direct route from where you're at, and just kind of snake out past the evidence lockers and then get the hallways from the other side. Whichever way you choose, whichever way Chauncey chooses to lead everyone, doesn't really matter. They take about the same amount of time to get there. So as you guys head back into a couple of hallways, these hallways seem relatively empty. This area seems a lot clearer than the other, and you eventually snake through the series of hallways and make your way to the hallway on the far west side of the building, which is immediately outside what Chauncey would recognize to be the operations room. And as you move through this hallway, you see with the windows to one side, the windows of the exterior of the building to one side, you see on the other side of this narrow hall this pair of wooden double doors that lead to that operations room. And now that you're this close, you can definitely hear the mumbling on the other side of it. It does sound like people. It does sound like people.
Good.
Like people as in lots or people as in two?
It sounds like a small crowd.
Mumbling like voices?
Yeah, mumbling. Like, well, having conversation. It sounded like mumbling through all the walls, but yeah, they're talking quite fully now that you're this close and can hear it.
Can we discern what they're saying?
Not much through the walls, but it seems very...
But we're getting close, right?
Very busy. No, you're right outside the door.
Oh, we're already here and we still can't... Like, it's louder, but we still can't tell.
Yeah, it's louder, but still through the walls, you can't get anything too clear.
All right, Chauncey, they know your face, hopefully. So.
Yeah, but if they're anything like me, whatever comes through any door is going to get blasted anyway.
Give it a knock. Stand by. Stand to the side. Give it a knock. Little coat.
I knock on the door.
All right, you rack
I'm
your knuckles.
to the side of the door.
Okay, Emil's carefully taking cover to the side.
Yeah, shotgun at the ready.
Okay,
Yes.
So you rack your knuckles against the door, and you hear a bunch of hushes, and then all of a sudden a lot of the conversation just kind of dies down. And then you hear some rummaging and someone on the other side of the door that sounds very close to it as all the other voices die down. Just kind of yells out, it's like, someone there?
Yes.
Friendlies.
Friendly. Officer Chauncey.
Oh, Clancy, is that you?
Yes.
You hear some more rummaging, and then you hear almost like something being removed from the other side of the door, and then all of a sudden it opens up to you, and there's an officer there. He's like, here, get in. Who are these?
They're good. They're with me.
These survivors?
I'll explain later. Yes.
All right. So they usher the officer at the front ushers you all in. As you guys step into the operations room, you see now that it's a bit of a long, rather big square conference room with several rows of chairs facing a chalkboard and a wooden podium at the far end. Crowded. It's very crowded, and there's at least, looking around, you estimate to be at least 20 police officers in RPD uniform in this area, and many of whom are surrounding a chalk sketch of the building's layout on the board. And there are a few officers off to the side who look to have sustained some injury, and they're resting and talking among themselves. Beside the chalkboard, there is another door leading to a back room where you can see even more officers catching rest. And the whole area, now that it's kind of resumed and the hush has kind of died down, they realize you're people. The conversation resumes and it becomes loud and bustling with activity. And it smells very musty, like it's been occupied for quite some time.
I'm gonna do a quick look around. Are there any is there any medicine around, any first aid kits or any anything like that of the sort?
Perception check with advantage.
I'm trying to help these kids. That's 24.
All right, with that, you see everything. You take a gander around the room. Like I said, a lot of these people are injured and are already kind of getting treated by some officers with medical experience. But it's fairly rudimentary, but you do see they have some kits from which if you were to walk up and offer, they might be able to lend you some gear from that you would be able to put to better use, because you can see that it's kind of, like I said, very rudimentary. They're doing what they can with what they have, but they do have like a couple of like EMTs and people of the sort, but nobody on quite your level, so to speak.
RP wise, I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna start helping them. Like, okay, I'm a physician, I can help, and I'm going to pull out my med kit and start trying to help with the wounded as much as I can. Mechanics wise, is there anything in there that's useful for me?
Okay, make a persuasion check real quick.
Okay. No,
with advantage because they need help.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Yeah, it's your charisma.
You're like
I didn't even get a roll. Oh, there it is. Jeez.
All right, here we go. It's that's a 10.
10. One of the EMTs kind of looks over to you, is like, "Oh yeah. I'll share some of my supplies with you. We're in great need of assistance with this sort of stuff. Thank you." And so he's gonna let you use his supplies while you're in this room.
Yeah. So I'm gonna use his supplies to help, and whichever ones look the worst. And I'm gonna motion. Who's the worst looking down here? Arkea and Chauncey over. I'm gonna heal them.
Okay, yeah, you can pretty much get a few free casts of treat wounds while you're in this room.
Okay. These ones are for my comrades. This is for Arkea. And this is for Chauncey. Oh, I don't know what that was.
That's a D20.
I'll take it.
I think like the list moved down and I clicked the wrong thing. All right, so that's 5 for Arkea and 9 for Chauncey.
You'll have one more of those.
Does he have any more of them?
Yeah, I would say you could get a few more free uses while you're here out of this shared kit.
That is also for Chauncey. That is a 9.
That'll do.
All right, and I'm gonna spend the rest of them healing up all the other soldiers.
Okay, and yeah, kind of tending to the wounded of the officers.
The police officers.
Yeah, you're regressing.
I mean, soldier. I mean, officer.
Yeah. So you currently seem to be in the company of the RPD. And Chauncey, you can see over at the far end of the operations room, there appears to be a small group around, like I said, the chalkboard where they've got a layout drawn on it. There also appear to be a couple of them, like these guys seem to be busy in some sort of planning phase, and the officers around the chalkboard, which you recognize them. There's a couple of kind of fresh-faced officers and one dark-skinned fellow by the name of Marvin Branagh, and you would recognize the other two as David Ford and Elliot Edward. And so yeah, you see them kind of crowded around that area up to some sort of planning. Are you approaching, or?
I'll weasel my way in there and, what up, Marv? What do you got going on? What's this?
Hey, just a second, Clancy. And he kind of turns back and he circles a point on the city map that's laid out on a side table. And he kind of circles a point over on the east end and he says, "So we know for sure there are survivors holding out at that university." And then Ford chimes in. He's like, "Yeah, that's right. What about Brad Vickers? Last we heard, he was cornered at some liquor store in Uptown. He's promised to get back here if he's able. And Valentine? A horde of zombies hit her apartment complex pretty hard. No one's heard from her since. She's a tough one. I wouldn't count her out. I wouldn't count her in either. She doesn't even work here anymore." And a couple of them kind of turn to face you and they're like, "Yeah, what's up, Clancy?"
The hell's all this nonsense?
How,
What are you guys
well,
planning here?
we're doing the best we can to try and salvage this situation. I mean, have you been out on the town?
I've been in the town.
Yeah. Well, then you've probably seen that everything's gone
They don't know
downhill.
what that means.
Where's Chief?
Well, Chief Irons, his last order was for us to... the other day he asked us all to scatter the weapons, some sort of threat of domestic terrorism. This is Ford speaking. He's like, that was the last order we heard from him, and he's kind of isolated himself in his office ever since. We haven't heard from him in a while. And then Edwards kind of chimes in. He's just like, yeah, I'm pretty sure he's a little down the toilet. That guy's gone crazy. At least that's what it seems to me. We've been given plenty of reason to suspect it. I think he's cracked.
So who's taking charge?
And Branagh kind of chimes up and with a straight back kind of looking over to you, he's like, that would be me for now.
Would I outrank these guys?
As a detective? Well, technically they are all officers. Technically speaking, I don't think detective is necessarily considered any better or worse, but it is a different sort of trade, but you would be a little bit more respected, but not technically outranked.
Yeah, okay. So I'm respected, but
yeah,
not like I could just be like, oh, okay, let me tell you what we're doing. But I could give pointers, and they would.
Yeah. These would be your peers.
Well, I feel like we need to clear this police station out and make a more formidable ground besides this area.
Well, as you can see, if you look around, there's we seem to have made our camp in this here room. This is our foxhole, so to speak. A lot of the other areas in the police station have been compromised.
Yeah.
A lot of Walking Dead going around, and a lot of our own officers have dwindled in number. We're trying to centralize ourselves here for now, strengthen numbers, and recuperate our group. Get as many officers, stars, anything that we can.
Yeah, but I think if we can clear out the police station, we can take more foothold here in numbers in a safer area. And also have access to everything.
Well, we've been holding the fort over here on this west side of the building for quite some time. We've had a few incidents, but nothing we couldn't quell. So I would say the west side of the building is about as safe as it gets right now, and that's why we're making our home here.
Do you know how many are running around?
I'm sorry, I don't believe we've met.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm gonna stand up. I'm like, you know, tending to some guy. I'm like wrapping his leg. It's like, all right, get up and wipe the blood off. My name's Emil.
Emil. These friends of yours, Clancy?
Yeah. They've been with me since the beginning of this.
Yeah. Well, it's good to see some other survivors. We're trying to pin down where all the survivors in the city that we know of are. There's been some broadcasts every morning coming out of the university. There seems to be a group of them holed up there.
And you attempted to go get them?
Well, as you ask that, simultaneously you hear Branagh go, no, we can't risk it, and Ford go, yes, of course. And then they kind of glare at each other and glare back at you guys. And Ford just kind of steps forward and he's just like, look, the city is already lost. I mean, look outside. It's only gotten worse these past couple of days. We need to look for a way out and take as many civilians with us as possible. This isn't reclaimable anymore. This is a survival mission. We need to, and we need to
plan on getting past the army.
Well, that's where we need to start thinking. That's why we're doing all this planning. And Branagh kind of chimes in. He's like, no, screw that. We can reclaim this city. We've got a strong footing here. We have the police force. Look how many of us are still yet alive. The way I see it, we gotta put all our remaining officers, SWAT, riot police, and STARS personnel in one large unit and sweep the streets. I think we have a fighting chance.
You think that we have a fighting chance to take over the city, but you're afraid to leave this room to finish clearing out the police station?
We're not afraid to. We're just taking our time.
Right.
We're
But
gathering as many people here as we can. First, then we move. Okay, so Arkea's off in the corner writing in her notebook.
I don't feel there's any need to reclaim the city. Everything's too far gone at this point. It would just be better to escape.
And Ford just kind of throws his hands and is like, thank you. And Brennan's, and who would you be exactly?
Guitar Oswald. I worked for Umbrella.
Umbrella? The pharmaceutical company, as in?
Yeah, pharmaceutical company.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, yes. They're not what you think they are.
And what exactly do you mean by that?
You see these things running around?
Well, can't miss them.
All from Umbrella.
Is that right?
We have evidence.
Evidence.
Yes.
That's how Mike died.
You're telling me Mike got by one of these things? That was before they were all over the city.
It was an
Yeah.
isolated incident,
That's
but
what I'm saying. It was the beginning.
Oh my.
they poisoned the water supply. You should be only drinking bottled water.
No, yeah, I think the fact that we're drinking bottled water is the only reason we're still alive. We quickly caught on to that. But of course, we're running low on supplies. There's only so much we could scavenge from vending machines around the station. There's a lot of us here and we're running low.
Sorry, wouldn't Guitar have known that the water supply isn't poisoned? It wasn't poisoned by them, considering
Yeah,
it was...
He's saying that because it's easier to like explain than
Okay.
Just don't drink
it's,
the water.
yeah. It's just like yeah. It's the water is poisoned. Don't drink the water. Is basically
The water's what caused it. Umbrella caused the virus that got
yeah.
into the water.
Alright, so... Well, we knew already to be avoiding the water, so we'll keep at that, but that's why we're running low on supplies. Like I said, there's only so much in the vending machines.
Well, if you're running low on supplies, do you really want to get even more people in this one room?
I mean, the way I see it, as our numbers grow, we could start sending people out on errands. Even you guys here might be able to help us out a little if you're brave enough and willing to head back on the city.
We're competent. It's not that I'm worried about, though. It's the more people we have, the more you're gonna have to feed and shelter, and then very quickly you will start running out of supplies, and you're gonna have to end up thinking about moving anyways.
And that is why I say, as soon as we've recuperated our numbers, we hit the streets and end this incident once and for all. And Ford's just kind of sighing off to the side.
Well, I'm telling you right now that you're already dividing up this group. Some want to go, some want to stay and clear it up. You guys are just going to fight it out that way. But if you guys can just band together and let's just get the hell out of here, it's all for the better. We can come back and clear it up once we're clear of the city.
And then Ford steps forward once again and he's like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Our focus should be on survival, escape, and rescue if we can. But first things first, the only thing that everybody in here agrees on is we need to recover our weapons. The chief had us scatter them all over the police station immediately before this whole event started kicking into motion. So, the way I see it, if we could recover our weapons, that's step one. Now, there's still a pretty good chunk. It's hard to say at this point, actually. I mean, we sent Officer Roy out with that task, and quite frankly, nobody's seen him since. So, if you could find Officer Roy somewhere in this building, then he might be able to lead you to some of the weapons that he was tasked with scattering.
Well, right now, Emil's just talking with these people around this, blackboard.
Yeah, I assume since y'all have contributed to this conversation, you've all kind of congregated with this little group.
No, yeah, I did what I could with all the the injured, and then I'm over here engaging in the tactical side of it.
I say we go clear the rest of this police station, find Roy, find our weapons.
Yeah, that's a good first step as far as I'm concerned. And if you could bring as many weapons as you can from that cache back up to us, that would be of immeasurable help.
I would like your guys' assistance also in helping carry all these weapons back that we find.
Well, I suppose we could send one of our officers with you, or if you find Roy out there, he could definitely help you mule it.
I mean, there's a whole room down there that sounds like there's a bunch of the Walking Dead in there.
Oh, you must have been over by the East Wing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we try to stay clear of there. Unfortunately, Roy had to head in that direction since that's where basement access is, and quite frankly, probably most of the arms he had to move were in the armory, so I hope that's not where he got lost.
Well, we were just down. We came in through the garage, past the armory. We cleared it.
Well, that's good to know. Did you encounter any of the canine units in the basement?
Yes, killed 4 of them.
Well, that's good. They've gone rabid like the rest of us.
It's not rabid.
Yeah, whatever it is. Zombies is what most of us have come to refer to them as.
We also ran into some other shit that these barricades probably aren't going to stop.
Yeah, you don't say.
So
I heard.
I suggest it's better that we make this quick and get it over with.
And then Ford kind of chimes in. He's like, "And what of the university survivors? Should we, if we can recover our firepower, I think it's only fair that if we know there's that large of a group gathered, we at least make an effort."
Well, if they're safe.
Where's the evac at?
The
Kevin and the military guy went on?
Like
yeah,
town hall or something?
City
No.
Hall.
City Hall.
I know of an evac at City Hall, and I'm pretty sure we could get the survivors from the university and all meet at City Hall for evac.
Wait, an evac?
I'm gonna like go over towards him, towards him, and just like bring him off to the side real quick. It's like that was a classified military operation. I don't think that anybody's supposed to know about that evac.
It doesn't matter. These are my guys.
They're not
They
going
need
to
out here
have
too.
helicopters.
They'll find a way.
If you want to use that as an evacuation point, we're gonna have to contact the military first.
The only way to do it is to hold up in their evacuation station.
Well,
Unless you know another way to get a hold of the military, I don't. It's not
Yeah,
like I have
radios.
one speed dial. You got their radio?
you can always find out if there's military along the border of the city.
All right, well, let's go find Roy. I want weapons.
Yeah, so do the rest of us. At this point, I'm assuming you're returning back to the
Yeah.
main conversation. Yeah, so if you could free up some of our weapons and bring them back here, that would be a big help. Help to rearm us a bit.
I can't really carry anything.
We're gonna need a couple of you though.
At least as mules.
All right.
We need hands.
We'll
I won't be able to carry anything at all.
I think all of us are fully loaded.
She's just
Bringing
like-
back some combat knives because that's all we could fit.
She's just like showing off the grenade launcher and the spark shot. She's like, I'm full.
talking about need weapons, and I'm fully loaded with weapons currently.
You've got like straps of weapons. You're like, yeah, we should
I
probably
got
look at
enough arms on me that I could man a couple people with some weapons.
Oh, well, if you've got some to spare, then feel free to share.
You guys don't have any weapons?
Well, we all have our own weapons. We just need to restock on ammo and the like.
I ain't got that much ammo to go around, though. I suggest stabbing and shooting when you have to.
Yeah, sounds wise.
Just want to keep away from their teeth. Burn something fierce.
Also, make sure you kill them. You gotta kill the head.
Or burn them.
Or burn them.
All right.
They don't just stop it dead.
We're gonna have to keep moving. If we can get a couple of you guys to come with us, we're gonna need firepower on hands.
All right, I'll see what I can do. I think we could spare at least one of our officers here. And Branagh kind of peels off to the side to kind of talk to some of the resting officers that are just seated about. And he comes back with this big kind of burly-looking female officer with her hair kind of tied back in a bun. He's like, "This is Officer Wyatt. She could, she's free for now. She could accompany you guys and help to transport some of the gear back."
All right.
Hey, y'all.
What's up, officer? You ready to get your hands dirty?
Well, I've been sitting on my butt long enough.
Follow us. Wait, do you know your way around this place at all? I seem to have forgotten the layout of this place, and the maps aren't helping me very well.
Probably as well as anybody else who works here.
I work here and I don't know it very well, so it doesn't go very far.
Well, I'll help you where I can. Can't say I have the whole place memorized. I mean, this place is a maze sometimes.
Exactly why I tended just to forget it.
I think we're all moving.
Is anybody staying behind it? You do have the option, I guess.
No, I'm moving forward.
Arcade, would you like to stay behind?
It's like I have a couple spaces open to bring some stuff. You guys could leave some stuff here.
Yeah, I'm not leaving. There's nothing that I'm leaving that I'm willing to leave.
Yeah, because it's all guns. It's gonna get taken immediately.
I mean,
I could leave some stuff. It'll open up 2 spots.
I don't know.
But I don't want to. I'm not leaving anything. I'm good.
Is this happening in character? This conversation, or
probably?
Okay, so they're hearing this all play out.
Determining who's going and.
Yeah. So Officer Wyatt kind of chimes in. He's like, "Oh well, not a lot to store stuff around here, but I mean there are some chests around the station that we just kind of use as little closets."
But none here.
I could lead you to one of them. Just around this hall. Yeah, it's nearby.
All right, are you coming along?
That was to Katara?
Yeah, Katara, you coming along or staying behind?
I'm coming along.
Okay.
Okay. Are you getting the middle one?
Control.
So the normal party plus Wyatt.
That's right.
Okay. You coming?
Okay. Is there any NPCs left in this room?
A lot.
Yeah.
Okay,
more than 20. So.
That was my question.
Yeah.
Like, was anybody staying behind, not just the party?
Yeah.
Sorry if I misguided you. No, she's actually going to stay behind. But before she does that, as everybody walks out of the room, if they're walking out of the room, I assume they are.
Are you guys leaving yet?
We're like right at the door.
Okay. She's going to grab a meal. like try to get him to come over to her really quick.
Buyer.
Okay, you realize something different about her. She doesn't have her pendant on her. Like, she's not wearing her pendant anymore. She hands you a letter. And it seems rather heavy. Like something else could be in there. And she says, always come back.
I always do.
And that's it.
So you're giving him, are you giving him that letter?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So you have that, this letter if you choose to read it, Emil, but it is in your possession.
That's gonna take me a while. All right, give me. I will read it when I have time.
Yes, I assumed. All right. So she stays behind with the
officers.
Yes.
All right. So she kind of stays in the room full of officers with all this bustling activity.
Yes.
So Guitar is kind of looking around. She's how many like kind of medics are around?
There's just like 1 or 2 EMTs tending to a couple of the wounded.
Okay, I want to empty the spark shot from the inventory. Okay. I want to hand it as like a weapon to anybody that's considered a medic.
Oh, okay.
Somebody who might look like they might be a caster.
So you hand it to one of them. They hold on to it, looking at it, kind of confused as to what exactly it is. But yeah,
if you she's just looking at whoever grabbed it. It's just like, it runs on batteries.
Okay. That's very particular. Is this like a cattle prod kind of thing?
Not exactly. In a sense, yes, but just, point and shoot.
Okay.
The creatures, the whatever it is, will get hurt. It hasn't done me any good. Maybe it'll be good for you.
All right. And so with that, you walk off to rejoin the group.
Yep.
Guitar, do you have any chemicals?
No, nothing that I can spare.
And I've cleaned out the other guys with chemicals and stuff.
They with your persuasion, they allowed you to use them to share in their materials while you're in the room. Yeah, but like so they still have some. They're just not letting me have it. Yeah, exactly. Okay, that's lame. All right. All right, let's go.
Can Wyatt lead the way a little bit to get us the back way around to the chief's office?
All right. You're headed to the chief's office?
We need to get to the chief's office. I think we can find some valid information and clear up some of this.
You must not have heard about the chief. He's a little. She kind of twirls her fingers around her ears. He's locked himself in his office, and nobody's seen or heard from him since. We don't even know if he's in there anymore.
Where do you think Roy would be? He was over on that wing anyways. We need to go that way anyhow.
That's true, but he would be over on the east side, assuming he went to the basement to scatter the weapons. He would have the key card for the armory, so either way, we better get going. This is a bit of a motley crew we have here. You sure you want to be taking some civvies with us, Clancy?
They've proven themselves worthy, and being that it's just me and you, if they don't come, we're outnumbered.
Fair point. All right, suit yourselves.
Trust me, you'll see that they're worth every penny. That they don't get paid.
Yeah, they're not getting paid.
So
no getting paid.
And with that, she kind of leads you out and places her hand against the double doors leading out of the room and brings you out into the hallway. And right there is where we're going to take our midpoint break. So
all right, thank you.
We'll be back with your journey deeper into the police station. So we'll be back. We're going to put the pre-stream up, but the stream will be resuming momentarily. Don't go anywhere as this little side quest then kicks off. Be right back.
Yeah. There's a unicorn made out of a tire.
What is that?
It's a unicorn made out of a tire, man.
I didn't even see it.
Oh, shit. One real quick. Sorry.
Heck?
Yep.
Look at that thing.
Unicorn made out of a tire. That's how hillbilly of an area I deliver it.
Whew. All right then.
All right then. So
I delivered, and I was like, "The fuck." Picture.
So, getting back into things.
Mm-hmm.
Returning to the story, you guys find yourselves wandering out back into the hall on the west wing of the police station, being led by Officer Wyatt. And you guys are now out in the hall, just standing about as the rays of sunshine in the morning air are shining in through the windows beside you. What are you guys doing?
I'm waiting for her to lead the way.
All right, she's
I don't know where I'm
leading.
going.
She's leading, so you guys are following suit. And so she leads you first. She's leading you towards the chest that she was talking about. So she takes you down the hall, and that kind of takes you over to a side room in which there appears to be some sort of countertop from where, you know, civilians could communicate with people in the information office. But there also appears to be in this room, in one of the corners next to a couple of benches, a working chest.
All right, drop your stuff off. I don't need to. I'm good. I don't know. Whoever needs to get rid of the stuff in there.
You're the one who wanted
your
the
pockets.
chest, sir. You drop stuff off first, because I'm full.
I
that's what I'm
still
saying.
have the herb sprayer.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you guys have full pockets, I'll take the herb sprayer.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if it's taking up your inventory, I got some room.
Yeah, it's taking up my inventory.
All right, now it's taking up my inventory.
Oh, right.
Have we seen any herbs?
Have you looked for any herbs?
I'm just saying retroactively, can I make...
I would say you could look about this room for herbs.
Well, where are we?
You're in some sort of just side room. Good thing you had that advantage. Actually, it doesn't matter because the first one was the right one. But,
that's true. So that's a 23 to look for any herbs in this side room.
All right, that's using perception.
Yeah.
So yeah, looking around, you see on the windowsill there does seem to be a potted plant that appears to be of green herb origin, soaking up the sun in the morning air.
Sorry, guy. You're gonna work for me now. I'm gonna put it in that herb sprayer.
All right, so you load that, take the time to take that green herb and load it into the herb sprayer. Has a fine mist.
Do I need to make a craft for that?
I don't believe you do. It only takes time.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna real easy like liquefy it, put it in that pressurized canister.
All right.
Not gonna use it.
No, we're all full. We're all full.
It doesn't look like you're full.
No, it's fine. I'm fine.
A little blood on the shirt, maybe.
I think that was one of the soldiers. I mean, officers.
So you good with those herbs then, huh?
Oh yeah.
All right, that's handy. So, what say you we head over to the east side of the building now?
All right, let's go.
All right, so she leads you guys back out into the lobby area from which you came, out into the big, massive hall with the tiled marble floors. You head back out across, going to the southeast corner of this room, heading back into the door that leads to the... well, first you have to kind of climb a small flight of stairs that leads up to the front entrance of the police station proper, and then on that same platform, it kind of goes over to the door in the corner from which you first exited to enter this area. So
can I just have like a passive perception, just constantly looking for herbs and?
Yeah, I'll say.
Every time we
yeah,
get to somewhere new, I'm just like, herbs.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
No
I'll
herbs.
say if there's any obvious ones, I'll definitely be sure to point those out to you because your passive perception is pretty high. 16, yeah, that's right. So, leading you onward, you guys head out into the payphone corridor. You still hear all the shambling about in the other room. And then you, as you guys enter, actually, you hear a little bit more shambling than normal and a little bit more groaning than normal coming from the other side. There seems to be some sort of activity that has the zombies all excited about. And then as you guys approach, and kind of Wyatt kind of looks at you guys, just like, you guys hear that?
Yeah. I'm gonna.
Okay. As you guys kind of approach, the double doors leading to that room seem to burst open, and you see an officer stumble out, who looks pretty beat up, and a bunch of zombies following behind him.
Quick, get the door! Get the door!
He just spins around and tries to like close the doors shut.
How close are we?
You guys are like right next to him. Are you heading to try and assist?
Oh, absolutely. I'm just gonna bash the door closed.
Jam
All
the
right,
door.
go ahead and make an athletics check.
Me too.
Whoever's. Well, I'll say somebody
yeah.
can make an athletics check with advantage. One of you guys.
Okay,
You-
but
because
it's the
of
same.
help.
It doesn't matter. Yeah.
Okay.
Never mind. Well, you can make it.
You want advantage?
Yeah, with
You know,
advantage.
yeah.
Whoever's rolling.
There we
He's
go.
23.
All right, 23. Okay, so you guys work together to try and close the door shut. You all put your shoulders into it, helping this officer that's just stumbled out to try and close the door. But still, there's like lots of banging against it, and you're feeling a lot of resistance. It pushes open in one large burst, and a couple of zombies trickle out before you guys can close it again. So there are now 2 zombies out in the hall with you guys, and one of them is going to. One of them is going to go ahead and go in for a bite against the first person it sees, which it's gonna. Well, one of them is gonna go for a meal, and one's gonna go for Chauncey.
No, we're behind them.
Great, bro.
So that's 13 to hit a meal.
Oh, nope.
No. So
does
it
not hit me
kind
anymore.
of reaches for you, but doesn't catch anything. That's 22 on Chauncey. You take. If I could get to it here. You take
you
5 points of damage, 4 piercing, 1 necrotic, as this zombie kind of grabs you and starts munching down on your flesh.
Got me grappled.
Yeah, you're grappled.
Can I like seeing this like right next to me? Can I put my rifle away and pull my knife out and just try to get it off him?
All right, go ahead and roll an attack.
Can I also attack?
Yeah, I'll say you guys can make your attacks in succession. So that hits. Go ahead and roll your damage.
That's 6 points of slashing.
Okay, so you come at it with dealing 6 points of slashing damage. It seems to be quite hurt as you cut across it.
All right, 2 shotguns.
All right,
My shotgun 2 blasts,
okay.
and that's advantage because we're in the.
That's
we're
true.
I was gonna
right?
Well, because you're being grappled. Does
It's
that
true.
count?
You are being grappled. I'll say,
If not, can I say that it has to make a grapple check because I hit it?
That's true. It does have to make
And
its grapple
then
check
see-
first, because that did
And then he
happen.
can hit it afterwards.
Rather, it has to make a strength saving throw.
Yeah.
So here's its saving throw against the damage. That's
No, it
11.
does not make it.
What would it
'Cause
be?
it's six-
5
it's 10 plus
plus 6.
Oh, it's 5 plus 6. Yeah, so it equals it, so he keeps it. He makes it.
Yeah, that's a success. So yeah, it maintains its grip. I will say,
He hit it with 20. Doesn't matter. He hit it
yeah,
with 20.
it doesn't matter. Yeah, I'll say you still get the advantage though. I'll just rule that for this particular moment, seeing as you're in pretty close proximity and you can just pop shots off at its feet. So yeah, that hits either way. Go ahead and roll your damage.
That's shocking, man. His guitar just like sitting back, like watching him at it.
All right. So as you fire off your 2 shots towards its legs, which is the highest you could get the barrel up to, you blow its legs out from under it, and a big splatter of gore across the tiles beneath you, and it falls down with its legs missing. It almost looks like it's kind of clawing, trying to crawl a little bit, but then it falls limp dead. That one seems to be down for the count.
He's like looking at the other 2 ladies behind us, like, yeah, get that one.
And Officer Wyatt is going to take a shot with an M9 handgun that she's going to draw from her waist. She's going to go ahead and put 2 shots down range at that other zombie, which hits, dealing 5 points of piercing as she fires a couple of shots from her M9 at it. The other officer seems to be a little catatonic. He's kind of stumbled to the ground and he's just kind of looking around, just a little confused at what's going on. Is anybody else taking any action?
Well, I'm just continuing to try to keep the door closed. I'm
Okay,
like,
yeah.
Sir, just calm down.
Is Qatar making any moves?
I mean, I guess I could flame spray it.
Because if not, they're about to start coming back at you guys. So that hits the zombie. So you pull out your chemical fluids again and spray from a canister.
Ooh.
So what's that going to be?
That is 13 points flame.
Okay, so
flames,
you
right?
send forward a torch of flame, and it burns across its chest, and it goes down for the count.
So that one's dead.
Yes, and it falls down to the floor in a smoldering heap. It looks very charred, and has definitely been burned to death.
Can I bash this other one's skull in? My boot.
I will say, make an attack roll.
Is there still stuff like banging against the door?
There is still stuff kind of banging against the door, and you kind of have to hold it closed with all your might.
Like what would be the attack for kicking?
Just unarmed melee.
Okay, so I'm not.
So just your strength, yeah.
While he's kicking this thing's head in, I'm gonna look at the guy who's
Okay, that definitely hits.
freaking out.
So you're trying to kick down at its head?
Mm-hmm.
All right, go ahead and roll the damage for that really quick. That's 1d4 plus your strength modifier. Okay, so yeah, you're easily enough able to curb stomp its head into the ground and to find mush as it splatters. I'm going to need you to make another wisdom saving throw.
Oh, damn it! You're gonna have to take a nap after this, guys. Wait, a long nap. All right. So wisdom saving. There you go. Ugh.
So, again, with the visceral detail at which you can see this head, this human
Is that an officer
head.
zombie?
And it was an officer. Yeah, these zombies I forgot to describe all that stumbled out were all in RPD uniform. So as you splatter its head, as you splatter its head across the floor, and seeing the head just destroyed under your boot of somebody that you're pretty sure you once knew, it affects you on a deep level, and you begin to feel a little queasy. So you take another point of fatigue.
Oh man! So what's that do exactly now?
It's the same thing as having when you're in caution, you have 1 point of fatigue as well. So it's
disadvantage on what, mobility?
Yeah, mobility saves and checks.
Okay.
Hey, guy, what's your name?
I'm a police officer. I'm a police officer here. My name's Roberto Roy.
I look at the girls like, that's a guy?
Yeah, that's definitely the guy. Get your
sorry
butt off
running.
the ground.
You two start running. Or you three. Everyone starts running. We're just gonna get out of here. We're gonna outrun these zombies.
And you feel the banging actually at the door. It's still going on for a little bit, but as time goes on, it begins to subside. And
okay, never mind. We're just gonna wait here.
And Roy Chan gathers himself, dusts himself off as Wyatt lifts him off the ground. She's just like, clean yourself up. You're an embarrassment. And he's just, are the doors, are they secure? Have they clicked in?
Have they?
Yeah. You push them in, and you feel that it seems to be secure and closed.
Click.
Yeah, and he's like, okay, if it's clicked in, I mean, these guys, they're not too good in the door opening department.
All right. Well, I think that'll do it then.
I think we might be safe for now. He and as you step away from the door, again, the banging is still continuing a little bit, but not with what seems to be enough force to knock it down.
Where can I go to sleep for 8 hours? I'm no longer killing. I'm better off killing Crimson Heads instead of stopping them from becoming Crimson Heads.
You can have someone else do that, you know?
I don't have that much wisdom when it comes to crushing skulls.
Well, hold your stomach. There's gonna be a lot more of that. All right, so, what'd you guys need to ask this guy?
Where's the weapons?
Ah,
They had all the guns.
well, we scattered them to a couple of different places throughout the station. That was my orders from Chief Irons.
Well, we're getting them back.
Is that the plan now? Well, I guess we never should have
said anything else.
That's all. That's all he said, as far as I know. That was the last order he gave, and then I was the unlucky SOB who got tasked with moving it. So I've been running around this station, separated from the rest of everybody, for quite some time. Are there still more officers left? Am I, or is this everything?
There's a room full of them. If you get there, or either we'll take you there after you get the weapons back.
Oh, okay, that's good. That's good.
But
So
you're gonna help us get the weapons back.
yeah, sounds good. I mean, I got this thing, and he pulls out this red key card, and he's like,
Alright.
this should open up the armory. Now, I took some stuff out of there to move around. You know, it's a lot of stuff, so I kind of had to do it in shifts, and but so there's still quite a lot centralized in there. As for the rest of the stuff, it's scattered all about. So the
Armory first, armor later.
Armory would be our best bet. I honestly don't even think the rest of the places are worth it. There have been creatures crawling all over the place.
Well, eventually, you guys are gonna need to clear this out. So we need to get to that armory. I'm gonna start walking off in that direction. So I know where it is.
Yes.
Yeah,
From
down
here,
the
you
hallway,
know
down
your
the
way
hall.
back. But he's like, oh, hold on. I don't know. Maybe we should get help. The basement's pretty crowded. I was
Nope,
down
cleared it out.
there. What are you talking about?
Now we cleared it out. Came up through the basement.
Is that what all that gunfire I heard was?
That was us.
Oh, you guys are still alive?
For the most part.
Poor dogs. Those dogs ain't nothing versus this shotgun.
It's just like, oh, well, that's quite impressive. There are a lot of escaped canines down in the basement. They seem to have been infected with whatever disease is getting into people.
Do you know how many?
It's hard to tell. I mean, we keep a lot of canines down in the kennels.
Well, took out 4, so.
Well, that'll be a solid chunk. Can't say they won't be back. There's a lot that are unaccounted for.
Let's move quickly.
And there's
Walk
also,
back.
there's also, as he's following you, trying to keep up, it's just like, there's also some strange crawling thingies, like big bugs. It was terrifying.
Yeah,
They
two of
chased
those
me
too.
out of the.
Oh yeah, yeah, we burned those.
Oh, well, I mean, did you? Well, did you come across that thing?
Stop. What thing?
Thing?
The big thing.
Oh, great. It's a big thing now.
Yeah, there's.
She just pulls out her grenade launcher.
Make sure it's loaded.
Guys, I really think I should sleep for 8 hours.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
I
into it.
really
out of it.
think.
Step into it and out of it.
I really think that we should sleep for 8 hours.
You're fine. You're fine.
We won't be.
Oh, your lack of confidence is really scary. Well, it was, I don't know, it was like a big person. It almost looked like, you know, kind of.
A person.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like a person. Almost like,
Bipedal.
yeah, those things, those words. I mean, I don't know, he just looked big and deformed, almost like one of those zombies. But I don't know, with just like one kind of big arm. I saw him over by the kennels when I was heading in that direction. He kind of shows his shoulders, like, yeah, he wounded me a little bit. You can see he's kind of bleeding from there a little bit. He's got like a makeshift kind of, you know, dressing around it from his torn clothes. And
We'll
he's
have
just
that
like,
looked at once we get back to the room.
yeah, he hurt me real bad. I made sure to park the armored vehicle in front of that door to make sure he doesn't follow me.
Was that the armored vehicle we...
Yeah, you guys saw the armored vehial
Did
blocking
you
the kennel
happen
area.
to when did you happen to do this? Because like we were sleeping in the garage the whole night, like, the whole night.
I mean, it was a good while ago. I don't know. It's days are blended together at this point. I haven't gotten sleep in a while.
You need to sleep. But if we ever run into that,
we need to sleep.
Yeah. Well, no, now you just slept.
Yeah, it's still pretty early morning because you guys
going back and walking again.
Yeah, you guys got to bed I think around 9-10 p.m. The previous evening, and I guess you got up would have been 8 hours later. So like it's like after some of the little travel you've done beforehand, it's about 7 o'clock in the morning by now. So
is there like a coffee I could drink to make me feel a little less fatigued?
I think the only way you can get rid of that fatigue is by sleeping.
Yeah, or Greater Cleanse could also do that, but nobody has that.
No.
Oh no!
That's a level 3 thing, right?
Yeah, that's tier 3.
Yeah.
No. No. Come back to me in 5 levels.
Can't juice up for a temporary fatigue loss.
Yeah.
Damn,
All right,
well, I'm cool. Let's go.
Well, if
Bad news.
If you ever run into that big thing, I think I know what it might be.
What do you think it might be?
We fought a big, giant, distorted humanoid thing, and
yeah, but we killed it.
Hell's one of them.
How do you know there's more?
Because he saw one.
Oh, what are you guys talking about?
But don't worry about it.
Perfect. Something
And
big.
yes, that was in character.
Of course it was.
Something big is what we're talking about. Something really big.
We fought one of those things before. What I think you're describing.
But by yourself escaping it, it doesn't seem like it's the same thing.
Well, just
we
maybe I wasn't
barely
interested in
escaped.
killing you.
So you've fought, I don't know, big, decayed person-looking things?
We fought a lot of things.
Big
Wouldn't say it was
claws.
decayed looking.
Was it like
It was nude looking. It was
The
pretty
tyrant?
nude look? Yeah.
Yeah, the tyrant.
pretty-
The tyrant was nude. Yeah, it had like smooth skin. The one that you
Yeah.
fought.
Yeah. Well,
So
there's only one
anyway,
way to find out if it's the same thing that we fought before,
mhm.
and I don't want that to happen. So let's keep moving.
Yeah,
Yep,
let's.
go.
I'm sticking with you guys.
By now you've gone to the armory, right?
Yeah, so you guys have made your way down that hall while this walk and talk was going on, and you step foot down the stairs into the dirt-floored basement.
Any
And-
do I hear any pause?
Perception check?
Can I situational awareness?
Yes, you can.
You're gonna need to. You're gonna need to.
Actually, and also, no, yeah, the Officer Wyatt kind of steps forward. She's like, hold on, let me make sure this area is clear. And she kind of, has her handgun drawn and kind of clears the area tactically. She also has situational awareness and rolled way better than you did. So she's like, yeah, we're clear. Everyone move up.
You know what? I like this girl.
Okay, I don't know.
Capable.
She reminds me of a female version of me, except for less guns.
Well, that'll be remedied soon.
She's kind of cute.
Don't flatter
does she look
yourself,
like?
Chauncey. Well, like I said,
I didn't say nothing.
she's kind of, like I said, kind of like big and burly, a little bit more on the muscular side. She really fills out her uniform, at least as much as a lady of her height can. She's about average height, and she's got kind of like dirty blonde hair that's kind of pulled up into a bun, and like all of the other officers that you saw back in that room. Like, you kind of get the sense, for the most part, they haven't been able to live too cleanly for this time. They've all kind of been basically living in there. So it's kind of like looking a little unkempt, a little greasy, but like, hair pulled back into a bun so that you can see clearly. And in the kind of dark blue-ish black RPD uniform with the shoulder pauldrons and all.
Got it.
Why would
All right.
that be?
What was that?
So that she's not the female version of me, like with less guns, like.
I'm actually happy she didn't reply. That reply went to Chauncey.
Yeah, she only heard Chauncey's bit in that.
Kiss.
Yeah, I was gonna say, somebody said she's cute. I heard that.
Well, you ain't saying nothing. Let's move on as far now.
What?
All right, let's go.
So you guys move out.
Nobody said
hall.
nothing back here.
Yeah, and I think you guys actually killed all of the creatures out in the garage, didn't you? So there's none laying out in the hall. So yeah,
there's only one
in the hall right in front of the door.
That's right. Yeah, there's one kind of rotting over there,
but against the wall.
Yeah,
the wall.
which they see as you guys kind of move on towards the door to which the weapons are stored. As you guys are heading along, of course, Roy is kind of straggling along in the back. Just letting you.
Damaged?
I mean, he showed you his wound.
But does he look like really bad?
Make a medical check. See what your appraisal is.
Because if this guy's gonna like get hit and go down immediately. I don't know about that. That's a 22.
22. All right. So you kind of stop as you see him kind of lagging behind. He's just like, you guys kind of letting you guys go ahead of him and take point. You kind of slip back to him and kind of give him a look over, once over to see what your medical expertise has to say about his condition. Looking back on his wound, it does look really bad.
Does he look affected?
You see a little bit of like veins starting to crawl up his neck with that medical check, and you can kind of see that he does not look to be in the best condition. His skin is going a little pale, and he does not look well. And this is all kind of amplified by the fact that in that moment, as you're examining him, he clutches onto his shoulder. He's just like, careful, and then he just starts kind of caressing it with his hand. And you see his like shoulder kind of starting to twitch.
It's
just
Can I hold on real quick? But can I? What does herbs get rid of infection? Right?
Yeah, that is correct in your experience, but in this particular instance, before you're able to reach for that,
I'm like reaching for it.
You see, yeah, you reach into your inner pocket, trying to pull out the herb sprayer, and he just goes
Guys, back up.
And you see his shoulder just at where the wound was. His shoulder just splits open, letting out a spray of blood in your direction, and this fountain just kind of going forward in a large mist, and he just collapses to the ground. And you see briefly what looks like this something kind of just like dipped in blood, just peeking out of the wound, this small, almost creature-ish face, before it kind of snakes out and then just scurries over to a vent and slips into it.
What literal F is that?
I'm gonna all right. It's autopsy time.
Okay.
Walking up to his body, I'm just gonna like carefully walking up to his body, just give it a little bit of a nudge with my foot.
You give it a nudge, he's unmoving, his face
frozen,
frozen in a distorted expression of pain.
Got my knife is out, and I'm gonna start looking over his over that wound. There's like there's something in his shoulder that like aliened its way out, and then went into a vent.
Yeah, there was a small kind of creature. It didn't look very big, no bigger than like, say, I don't know, like small fish.
Umbrella, what the hell was that?
I don't know.
I'm looking at that wound. I want to get as much information as I can. There's like big old cavity in like his like chest region area, and
basically it's kind of torn open from kind of his clavicle over to his sternum.
So there's just like
just a gash. He's split wide open. You want to make a medical check?
I want to know what's going on here. I want to know what's going on.
I'm gonna have Katara go through and try and figure this out too.
All right, make a science check for Katara.
First, I'm gonna grab the Oh man, those are not good.
You guys both rolled the same number. So,
but like while I'm going in there, I'm gonna grab the red key card. I'm just gonna hand it to Chauncey.
Oh yeah, you could search his pockets and get it easily enough. So you get the red key card that leads to the armory, and you hand it over to Chauncey. You take it, Chauncey?
Yeah. You want me to go, like, open up the armory while you guys are doing this, or stand guard?
Oh, I mean, grab some guns and stand guard. And I'm gonna start cutting them open, I guess.
Okay, you start cutting him open. You begin your sort of pseudo autopsy. He's already plenty cut open as it is, so it's mostly
I guess at that point it's mostly just like
just separating. You take some of your tools from your med kit, using some small utensils, so to speak, scalpel and things like that, kind of using them as a couple of prongs, to examine more closely. And Katara kind of looks in over your shoulder as well, attempting to discern the situation. From your guys' roles, you guys don't really, as a medic, essentially discern what would be his cause of death. But which you've already seen. You do see quite a bit of internal hemorrhaging and the like. It seems to have been crawling around in there for some time and messing with his internal organs, so to speak. But beyond a basic autopsy, you don't seem to be able to discern too much. Although you do kind of notice that the signs of infection seem to have subsided. So he doesn't look like he's about to reanimate or anything like that. In fact, he doesn't quite look like any of the other, I guess, fresh corpses that would later turn into a zombie at all.
Katara get anything better than that? I got a 13. That's one more.
That was kind of both of your checks combined. And she kind of, well, I will say, just from Umbrella perspective, you don't really. You get the sense that this is something new. This isn't anything you're familiar with, and in fact, nothing at all. And yeah, it's definitely not T-virus. That's about all you can sense.
Really?
She's just gonna kneel down. This is something completely new.
That's what I was kind of getting the idea of.
It's not the T-virus.
Wait, what? How do you know?
It's just not. It's nothing that's ever.
That's not good.
Happened. This is new. I've never seen this.
Is there do I have little tiny vials? Not vials, but little tiny vials or whatever in my med kit that I can take a sample of his blood?
Yeah, you do. You have vials in your med kit.
I'm gonna take a sample of his blood.
Okay, so you get some
from an artery.
Okay, so yeah, you kind of rummage through, get one of his open arteries. Or rather, you have to kind of cut one open to get what you need.
That's
but
no
yeah,
problem.
you just give it a quick snip and get it while it's fresh. You fill up a vial of blood.
All right, we'll have to check this later. If it's not T-virus, then find out what it is.
And I'll say, since that vial came from your med kit, I would say you could carry that as a personal item.
Just I'm gonna put it in several different I'm sure I've got little Ziploc bags in there for somewhere. I'm just gonna put them in layers and layers and layers of throw it in there.
Yeah.
All right,
let's go to the armory. There's not much we can do.
Yeah, and behind you guys, freaking Wyatt's just staring wide-eyed, and she's just like, okay then, and she turns around and kind of leads the way back into the armory. So, you guys enter into the armory, and it's a bit of a smaller, tighter room. It's got kind of you go in through the reinforced steel door, I'm assuming, because Doc stepped away. Actually, he just stepped back. So Chauncey would have slipped the red key card into the card reader, and it would go beep, light turned green, and he stepped in ahead of you guys, but you guys are now following suit, and you enter into this small space. There's a wall rack to the left, a workbench to the right, and lockers straight ahead. So looking around, it does seem to be quite packed. You see a shotgun on the wall rack, and on the workbench to your right, there are a couple of things. There's a what looks to be a couple of grenade items, one of which is kind of blue in color, one of which is kind of greenish. They look to be a flash grenade and a hand grenade, respectively. You also find 10 rounds of 9x19mm parabellum handgun ammo on that same bench in a kind of small red carton, and in a green carton, 5 shells of 12 gauge ammo, as well as in another carton, a kind of white one to the side of that, there are 5 rounds of 7.62 by 51mm NATO rifle rounds.
I'm gonna reload my Dragon with that. 3 rounds of that.
There's 5 rounds in the carton.
Yeah, I only have enough for 3.
Mm-hmm. So you're reloading.
There's 2 left.
I'll hold them for you if you'd like.
Yeah.
You do have the bandoliers, don't you?
Yep.
Yeah. So Chauncey.
We'll take the shotgun rounds.
All right. Yeah. Chauncey takes all of these cartons and kind of slips them into the bandolier strapped across his chest over his Kevlar vest. Yeah.
I'll take the hand grenade.
Except for the handgun. You know.
Okay.
I'm full.
Hey Wyatt, you need that? You've been using that gun.
Yeah, I guess I could reload myself with that. So she goes ahead and reloads her handgun up to full.
Does that shotgun look familiar?
The shotgun does seem quite familiar, I suppose, you having worked here. It appears to be a pump-action shotgun of some sort. To give you a name, it's the Mossberg 500.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember. No, I haven't shot that one yet.
No, great. Everyone out the room.
I'm gonna skip shooting it this time.
Yeah, before there's
But I'd like to investigate it.
All right, make an investigation check. Just hands-on, no shots fired. Just giving it a feel.
I'm assuming they're not loaded weapons in the armory. You have to load them. I don't know.
Is that the only gun?
That you could see in plain sight, yeah. Okay. On the wall rack.
On the rack.
Oh.
Alright, that's so cocked, but no, yeah, I would. Well, that investigation check, you wouldn't be able to make another investigation check even if you shot it. But yeah, you can't really get much of a feel for it. It's quite an enigmatic weapon from the outside. You just can tell the superficial details that it seems to be pump action, and it has kind of like matte black tactical paint over it.
Can I take it anyways?
Yeah.
I feel like it's still probably better than mine.
You wanna look at the stats?
Yes.
Let me make sure I have them here. Okay, good. There you go.
Ooh. Well, I'm gonna start heading towards the lockers.
All right, you're heading towards the lockers. So opening the lockers up, you do see a couple more weapons in there. There's also some other stuff I actually forgot to mention that are just kind of out and about, but I'll get to those in a moment. So inside the lockers, you see what looks to be a submachine gun of some sort, as well as a kind of police issue utility belt and a handgun.
Utility belt?
You've already got one. I'm taking that utility belt.
You said Emil's taking the utility belt?
You've already got inventory upgrades. I'm taking this utility belt.
Okay. There you go, Emil. That's the utility belt. So yeah, there's also an SMG and a handgun in there. And so that will basically, that utility belt, I believe, is an inventory upgrade.
I'll take both of those SMGs and handguns. I'm not going to use them. I'm just carrying them.
Okay. Yeah, so you just plan on like carrying them back essentially.
Yeah.
Okay, I believe they both only occupy 1 block. So
they should, but if not, I still have room now.
Yeah, it's true. But yeah, also kind of laid out against one of the walls, you see what looks to be kind of a bunch of full body tactical armor laid out along the workbench to the side. It's all disassembled in many pieces, but it looks to be a full covering of riot gear. And besides that, there...
Chauncey, you want that? Oh, he's gone.
Emil says in character, no, I'm kidding. And in addition to that, they're all also...
He's looking at that shotgun. I'm gonna wait.
Yeah. You also take note, though, separate from the armor set, that there do seem to be a pair of the kind of fingerless gloves that are matte black beside it.
Okay. Do they do anything?
Does that count as light?
Has anybody taken a look at those?
I'll take a look.
Gloves.
I'll have Katara take a look at them.
All right, Katara. Where is that at? There it is.
Hey, Chauncey.
Yo.
There's full riot gear here. You want it?
I mean,
Thank you. Yeah, I'll take it.
I mean, I do, but I don't.
Yeah. If not, I'll take it.
Full riot gear? You'll take full riot gear?
I mean, it's not going to slow me down any more than I already am.
I mean, think about how clunky you're gonna be.
Oh, I'm going to be so clunky. You have no idea.
So, are you gonna take the time to don that then? Because full heavy armor takes a good few minutes to don, so it's gonna be an
I
endeavor.
just have heavy armor right now, right?
Yeah, this is a step above.
Yeah, so that's going to be like an 18.
Yeah, you just have like a heavy Kevlar vest kind of on you. This one looks to be
Outer
the heavy
tactical
Kevlar
vest,
vest. Yeah, outer tactical vest is what you have, and this looks to be full outer tactical vest plus. You know, it's got like elbow pads and
shins.
yeah, gauntlets for your arm, shins, protectors, helmet, all that stuff.
With like the visor.
Mm-hmm.
You're in the front.
Only one set.
Yeah, there's only one set.
If you feel you could be better with it, then yes, you take it. I don't need it.
I will don this.
Okay, so let me get you that real quick.
Just taking all this armor off me.
Yeah, so that's gonna take you a good few minutes of just changing to be able to get that, but you do get that riot gear card that I just handed you.
So cumbersome just means disadvantage on stealth, right?
Cumbersome technically means that it occupies 3 blocks of inventory space. But
if I'm carrying it.
If you're carrying it, but if you're wearing it, it's a personal item.
Got it. So I'm gonna set my outer tactical vest on the thing.
The table?
Yeah.
So you kind of leaving that one behind and not carrying it in your inventory?
Yeah. No.
Actually, Wyatt kind of goes to that, and she's like,
you take it.
It'd probably be best if we bring this back to the others at the very least. So she
no, yeah, I agree. I just can't carry it.
So she's gonna hold on to that.
Yeah, I put on the tactical fingerless gloves.
Okay.
Snap, son.
So your mobility has been increased.
Yes.
That is what?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Wait, is there another set of gloves? I didn't know about no gloves. I could use some gloves for real if they increase mobility.
That's a lot of damage.
Katara's claimed them. They look very. You see her donning a very comfortable-looking pair of.
They say mechanics over the back.
Matte black kind of tactical fingerless gloves.
I mean, how mobile are you already? I thought you were an intelligent person, not a mobile person.
I can be mobile.
Oh, damn it. I could really use mobility.
Mm-hmm. By the way, if Lisa's around, like if you ever want to whisper to me what Archaea was doing, I know you were asking about that earlier. Feel free to.
Also, this Mossberg sounds really good, but not quite that good. I'm kind of confused whether I should take it or not.
Do you have room for it to just hold it?
No. No.
That's bulky, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I've got the SMG and the pistol with me, and that's all I have room for.
You have an SMG?
Yeah, there was an SMG and a pistol in the lockers.
Oh, okay.
Unless anyone wants to take the SMG, I'll give it to you. Like I'm not even looking at it. I'm just holding them.
Let me look at that SMG real fast. That's the one gun I don't have yet.
Yeah, and you also the where the locker where you brought the SMG out of seemed to have some more ammunition for it too, about 50 rounds in excess.
I'm just gonna load all the pistol and the SMG that I have, just so that it's full. Whatever they are. What is the pistol?
The pistol.
Just have a visual in my head.
What is it? Browning HP.
Okay.
So I don't know if anybody else grabbed them, but I was like, I'm gonna grab the hand grenades.
Yeah. Are those hand grenades or are they grenade
Well,
rounds?
it's like I think it was like hand grenade and flash grenade or something is what I remember hearing earlier. So
okay.
I don't know, Raph.
What was that? Were you asking about the grenades?
Are they grenade rounds or grenades?
No, they're grenades with pins in them and everything. So yeah, there's a flash grenade and a hand grenade.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
You know, honestly, if we're gonna be going back that way, that grenade might do some damage to those behind the door.
I'm gonna give. Oh man. I want to give up my 2 Glock 17s.
I can hold one.
No, don't worry about it.
Well, I mean, I could carry about any excess firearms you guys might be thinking about leaving behind. It's definitely going to be good for the rest of the officers.
Is there anything else in here that we haven't looked at?
Let's see. You guys looked through the lockers. There's more ammo in there. You got the handgun, you got the SMG, and you got the shotgun.
Yep.
So that's all that was in here besides
and
I
loaded
the
the
gear.
SMG and pistol.
Yeah. Got the utility belt, you got the right gear. And Katara has tactical fingerless gloves.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
How much SMG 9mm did we find?
About 50 rounds.
50.
Sorry about your 2 bullets, bro. I don't have space for.
No, I'll put 2 bullets in my inventory.
Okay, you do that. Sorry, I really wanted to help. I even had a spot labeled for you.
That's all right. I can carry those stacked 15, right? I'm just looking at those stacked too.
The 9mm rounds?
7.62.
Oh, 7.62. Yeah, I'm pretty sure those
15,
are 15. Yeah.
All right, let's pick up everything we can get. Start hauling stuff back up to the top.
Now, did Chauncey end up discarding those Glocks?
Yeah, giving the Glocks to Wyatt.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, she takes them
2
and
of
kind
them.
of holsters them in her inventory.
And God, this is tough between this Mossberg and the Benelli.
While he's looking over those freaking items,
I'm gonna debate on it while we're walking. Just assume she's carrying one of them. Is that fine?
All right. I'll
read.
say. Yeah, because she's carrying about. Yeah, I'll say she's got just enough room to carry one of them.
I'll let her carry around the Benelli at the moment, which is my shotgun. And if we run into shit, I'm gonna try this Mossberg out. If I don't like it, then we're gonna switch it up.
I'm gonna start reading the letter.
Okay, so you're reading the letter in the armory during
while
this.
he's looking over all this stuff, and then you just hear Emil just go, "Damn it, Archaea!" and just run out the door.
All right, as you
what the hell did she do now?
As Emil, as you run out the door, you head back out into the hall, and you hear in the direction where you're heading to get back to the first floor. You hear, well, first of all, you see a bunch of kind of buckets fall over and start rolling out from around the corner ahead of you, and then you see something stepping out from that corner.
Stepping?
Well, first you see one big hand kind of lay down at the, or rather, not necessarily a hand, but something sort of worms out. Kind of looks a little bit like that thing you saw crawling around earlier that came out of Officer Roy, but it just kind of slimily slithers across the floor out into the middle of the open. It's a lot bigger than the last time you've seen it. And right in front of you, it starts pulsating and starts squirming, and then all of a sudden a bunch of just like blood oozes out of it as it grows, and you could see almost bone formation start to take shape, and before you know it, this thing is standing very tall, wide enough to occupy the whole hallway ahead of you, and kind of has a long tail running out, and this almost disfigured humanoid face lurching in the front with its eyes kind of almost sealed shut over themselves, and this just like half-formed human-like jaw, maw, and just two big claws, and it's gonna start lumbering over towards you.
Bring those shotguns this way, Chauncey!
I'm gonna need you guys to roll for initiative.
God damn it.
That's a 3.
So let's bring it back to this.
So like we're like
stage.
here now.
Yeah, so position yourselves.
Oh.
3, 6. Oh, I was hoping for
These
9.
are so bad.
I mean, technically it's a 9.
True.
All right.
Ooh.
Looks like I get to test this shotgun out when I didn't really want to. The one's more reliable.
All right.
Chauncey, you're bringing that shotgun here right now.
So, Chauncey, well, first off,
I think you are still in the freaking armory, man.
so this is the armory.
Oh, it's so small.
So, yeah, it's tiny. Chauncey and Katara would be in there. And ahead of you, Emil. Oh, yes, I need a police officer as well. Oh, boy, time to flip through some our assets. Bear with me. Actually, search function.
Yeah. There are some nice ones. Some nice free ones, actually, for police officers.
Well, I have one prepared.
Oh,
I don't have a female police officer, but we'll just say that's her. And she was kind of back here with you guys inside the armory.
All loaded up on weapons.
Mm-hmm, yeah. Her inventory
Did she have the shotgun at the ready? Because that shotgun's nice. And it was fully loaded. It had 6 shots.
I have a grenade launcher ready.
Oh, wow. And grenades. Don't be afraid to use them.
Yeah.
Screw it, I'm pulling out the freaking SMG. Give me that freaking stat block.
So it's kind of right here.
How you pulling out the SMG? I have it.
I have the SMG.
You showed me the stat block. I thought you'd give it to me.
What? Did I give him the SMG?
You gave him something. I'm pretty sure it was the SMG. Because I gave him the stats for it.
If he's got it, then I don't have it then.
All right. I think you still have the
ammo
handgun.
and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because I was saying that I loaded it and I'm gonna.
Ah. Well, he's ended up with it. So
He got it. Somehow I gave it to him because he was like, give me guns. I was like, I don't know.
He was like, let me check it out.
Reading a letter.
You're like, I didn't look at it.
All right.
Oh, right. Yes.
So, initiative. What is your numbers? What are your numbers?
Emil, 3.
Emil with 3. Bringing up the
Chauncey
rear.
with 11.
It's this armor.
And then guitar is 6.
Tara with 6. All right. And hold on, I need to roll for policeman too, or woman.
Whoa, man.
All right.
I like the little stubby claw that it's got.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's all janky.
It's an amphibian.
All right. So, make sure everything's all good on the stream. Okay, we're good. It's time for combat. So, top of the round. The mutant is going first. It's going to use.
Some sort of mutant.
So it's going to use its action. It's going to start. You see it kind of convulsing as it lurches forward. It goes, and you see it kind of hawk up and regurgitate, falling out of its mouth. This
I see that.
small, kind of like almost smaller organisms that fall onto the ground around it. You see. Whew. All right, so. You see a couple of these, about 4 of these pop out around it. And it is going to... yeah, it is going to go ahead and use its movement to lurch forward kind of slowly, and it looks rather cumbersome. And that's as far as it gets. So... Next up.
Oh, I'm still big and nasty.
Chauncey.
I'm going to move. One. Here.
Okay.
Can I shoot him if I move here?
You can't, but you could shoot while you're out here and then move down afterwards.
Okay. Yeah. Ooh. How much was that? Let me do this. Hold on.
Yeah, you did. Tally your movement up.
Fuck it. Going in for the kill.
Oh, snap, son.
Health. Yeah. Alright, shotgun.
Alright, the Mossberg's out.
The Mossberg's out.
Alright. Go ahead and roll your attack with advantage, I do believe.
And it has a bonus.
I'm so excited.
It does.
Boom!
Oh, almost. So close, almost.
Advantage.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh, yes.
Well, why did I roll like 1,000 times?
I only saw one.
Same.
Alright, well, so you hit. So go ahead and roll damage with your new weapon.
Alright, hold on. I gotta investigate here. Okay. 2. Well. Mobility. +1. Boom!
Oh, all right.
God.
Oh my, those are big dice.
25 points of piercing, I'm assuming, being a firearm.
Yes, yeah.
As you come up
piercing,
forward with your shotgun and go and rack the shell out of the chamber, and it seems to have done a hefty number as a bunch of blood splatters out from over its shoulder. It rears back in this deep, lumbering voice.
Is it too late to say that I'm in Russia?
That's a bonus action, so
I'm doing it right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and rush this thing.
all right. So
Shoot it
you
one more time.
you hone your focus and enter an adrenaline rush.
There comes another shot, and with advantage. Okay.
All right, hits. Go ahead and roll your damage.
There you go. Your
Second shot. Immediately after racking the other shot, fires again, dealing
14 piercing.
14. Okay.
That was poopy.
Oh, that was
The
pretty
big
nasty.
one. You see how big
Yeah.
that one
That's a
is?
huge one.
That's a huge one. All right.
That's a huge one.
And I'm just gonna chill here, I guess.
Yeah, you got no more movement. All right.
I kind of put myself in a predicament.
Next up is going to be Officer Wyatt. So she's going to run out here as well and see this. She's like, oh my. And she's just going to start unloading with her handgun. So that's going to be... 12. That actually hits. So takes she's doing full shots, full 2 shots, as many as she could do. So that's 4 points of damage once again as she unloads with her handgun. And that is going to be where She's gonna back up a little bit, and that's gonna be where she ends her turn.
Does she? Never mind.
All right. Next up, Katara.
I'm gonna have her move down here, and so as a question. So if I shoot an explosive round right here,
Okay.
is how far is that? How to is that
Well,
just gonna
let's
hit?
figure it out. What's the radius on it?
Let me open it up again.
Should be 10, I think.
It should be 10.
Or 10
but
or
let me
15?
just
For explosive
hold on.
round?
for an explosive round, it's 10-foot radius.
Okay. 10-foot
that's nice.
radius. Oh,
But nice of you.
there we go.
started.
So that's about what you'll be able to hit. You'll be able to get all of them, yeah?
Wow.
I'm lobbing. I am lobbing
Okay.
them down. I'm just.
All right, so thump, explosive 40mm explosive round spirals out of the grenade launcher that Katara is wielding, and you see it kind of go up, bounce off the ceiling, and kind of fall down, exploding into a large radius on the other end. So they need to make mobility saving throws, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. I'll let you know if I pass or not.
All right. I'm banking on that they won't. That's a 17. Actually, that was a good roll.
That passes.
All right. So the big mutant takes half damage, so that'll be come out to about 5. What was the damage check?
Yeah, it's explosive, so
Okay,
let's say
5 explosive. So
yeah.
so the explosion goes on in the background. You see a couple of pieces of shrapnel and dust hit the back of the mutant, but it does seem to resist it fairly well. On the other hand, all these little things down here just get blown away. You don't see any remains of them.
It's
Splat.
even at half
Crowd
damage, they
control.
probably weren't going to make it.
All right. So,
And other than that, I'm just gonna have her move back inside.
okay.
That's a good place to be.
All right. Next up, Emil.
Did Wyatt look like she adrenaline rushed?
Not that you can tell.
Because she didn't fire twice. I'm gonna run up to her and be like, hey, come here. And I'm like, what is it? Is it an action to give somebody an adrenaline needle?
I believe it says you have to administer as an action.
So I have to administer it. I can't give it to them to administer themselves.
You could do that if you so choose.
Okay. Because I want to give her one and then use my action to give myself one.
Okay. So you hand that over to her. She's like, what is this?
Just take it. And I'll take out these freaking needles. I'm like, here, hold this. Just take it right in the leg. Fine. And
and you roid up with your adrenaline shot. So you are now in an adrenaline rush, Emil.
yeah, that's all I can do though.
All right. That's going to be your turn.
Can attack still?
No,
No,
that was
because
his
that
action.
was an action to administer, so that uses my action, and I don't get an attack this turn. But I'm gonna run.
Oh
up here.
yeah, because you can only attack twice, not act
Yeah.
twice.
So I'm gonna run up here with Chauncey.
Okay, so you're kind of holding the front line. Top of the round, back up to this lumbering mutant.
Is it my turn still?
Did you enter? Yeah, I mean, if you have anything more you want to do.
Pull out the knife.
Okay, knife's in hand. You're going up to this thing with a knife. All right, so seeing you running up to it, actually, I guess Chauncey was here first, so it's going to go ahead and take a swing at him. Or rather, that was the wrong bonus. That should be...
my
Oh, natural
God.
20. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. So... you see it's really slow, but still it catches you off guard after advancing and firing your shotgun. You get a little cocky, and it just swats your gun out of the way and comes down with a big swipe across you, dealing 19 points of slashing damage.
Yeah, and being if you scroll back up,
Yes. Yes.
we forgot to add in my fatigue.
For what?
The mobility.
Oh, that's right, for initiative.
Disadvantage.
I would.
For my shots with my shotgun.
No. Those aren't mobility checks
that's
or
only
saving
for-
throws. Those are attack rolls.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I thought they were part of my mobility shit.
No, yeah.
So I haven't used mobility for nothing then.
Not for checks or saving throws. No, yeah.
Okay. Then never mind. So what?
Either way, you
19
took 19 slashing.
Yeah. Oh god, that hurt.
I'm assuming he's under half.
And then that is.
Why
You-
didn't it? Oh, it did change my health. You just stating on it.
Yeah, there it is.
Are
I'm looking
you?
at yours.
Do you have any? Does that apply any conditions?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what? Oh, yeah. Caution.
Okay, so you have your movement
Two
speed
fatigue.
reduced by half. Yeah.
Jeez.
I don't plan on backing out of this fight anytime soon. I don't see another 20 happening.
All right. So next up, Chauncey, your turn.
I am going to blast his ass with a shotgun.
Okay. Go ahead and roll another attack. With advantage.
Oh yeah. Oh,
All
that
right,
was better the
hits.
first time.
It hits. Go ahead and roll your damage. All right, so that's first shot. Again, racking
15
as he
piercing.
fires the pump action shotgun,
Only big dice for that gun.
dealing 15 points of piercing.
And number 2.
Number 2, go ahead and roll again with advantage. Oh, hey, I just got a big paragraph, but hold on, let me scroll up.
Yo, me too.
Well, I didn't get a big paragraph.
Oh, I didn't get a paragraph.
No, something popped up on my screen.
Oh.
Otherwise,
So,
21.
yeah, 21 hits. I was looking for what was the attack roll.
13 piercing.
Okay, that's 13 points of piercing as you fire a second round off with your shotgun.
And sorry, Emil, but I'm running.
All right.
I'm taking the hit for you so you can get out of there.
Okay, so you're taking off running.
No,
so
no, don't leave.
Gotta leave, bro. Oh, I gotta
Actually,
leave.
you probably should because I'm at the end of the round.
You
There
can't
we
move
go.
that far. You can only have 15 feet of
you only
movement.
have 15. All right,
I'm gonna
we'll
around the
just go.
corner.
Yeah, it's around the corner. I was thinking about going up in the armory, but I don't want to stand behind the umbrella.
I don't know if he can get in the army actually.
All right, so
Oh yeah,
is that Chauncey's turn?
yeah. Opportunity attack.
Yep. Here it goes.
Fuck me.
23.
oh no.
Yeah.
You take 12 points of slashing damage as it claws you again and clubs you as you get away. Very ham-fisted sort of manner.
Let's just say I'm in danger.
Oh, hold on. Let me look up real quick on my fatigue chart. This is the first time we've gotten down
3
to-
fatigue.
Yeah, to 3 fatigue in the campaign proper. So you have disadvantage on all attack rolls. As well
I'm
as...
not marking these fatigue dots, right?
I mean,
Yeah.
you can if you want to keep track of it.
But then, like, once I get back up to regular health, I still have 1 fatigue guarantee.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right, I'm not going to mark them.
All right,
So I
well...
get confused.
Yeah, keep it because when you heal, you get rid of the temporary points of fatigue that come with your low health. So keep that in mind, though, that you do have 3 points of fatigue.
Yes.
So next up is Officer Wyatt. She's gonna go ahead and make another 2 shots, or rather, she's gonna stick herself. That's true. She's gonna follow your example, actually, so cancel that action. She's gonna stick herself with the needle and enter an adrenaline rush, and that's all she can do on her turn. And all of a sudden, you see her just like seeing that act of heroism you did. She's like, screw it. She sticks herself into the thigh with the needle, presses it in. You see her eyes just go wide and her pupils dilate as she's honed in. All right. Next up, Katara.
I'm moving back down. I want to lob it again.
All right, throw in another grenade round. Yeah, so there's not a lot there, so I'm going to say you could easily enough, as you demonstrated, shoot at such a point that it damages the mutant, but not Emil. So, go ahead and roll the damage. I'll have him roll mobility saving throw.
That's way better than before. That is way better than before.
Well, let's see how he rolls. That's a 10.
He does not pass.
So he takes...
Yeah.
Was that 25 points explosive?
25 points explosive.
This might be a first. Katara, how do you want to do this?
Oh, thank you! Out of character.
Big guns for the rescue.
Ooh.
I didn't even get to use my adrenaline rush.
She's gonna pop out. She's got the grenade aim. She's like, you're a failed byproduct.
Oh, snap, son. So, with this sick umbrella scientist burn, she lets loose her one-liner before pulling the trigger. Almost in slow motion, the hammer strikes the primer on the 40mm round inside the tube, and jink, spark. This 40mm round goes spiraling forward out of the barrel, and kind of flies with a trail of smoke right past its face, landing immediately behind him. You see a big splatter of blood on its back. Again, lets loose its low-pitched roar as it goes roar, and as it reels, it kind of spins around on its hind legs, and you see now its entire backside just open in this humongous gash from the explosive wounds that came from behind, and it kind of trails backwards and then just collapses dead.
Big axe.
Start kicking it.
Yeah, and Emil in his adrenaline-fueled frenzy just starts going to town on its corpse.
Katara, do you have any more? Do you have any more? I can't even think right now. I'm just gonna give him the herb spray.
You're herb spraying Chauncey?
Yeah. Why?
Why'd you even try it?
How is that possible?
Oh, my body hurts worse.
This is getting a little ridiculous. Every time the medic wants to heal someone, nothing but ones.
It's 4. Even if I use the thing, it would just be. Well, do you have any more chemicals?
Well, you recover 4 hit points. Chance.
Yeah, here's one.
I'm gonna heal him again.
Okay, you're casting treat wounds.
Statistically speaking, right?
So you know I'm still in danger. Oh my god! My body hurts.
Oh my god!
Statistically speaking.
My bones
See
still
what I
hurt.
was talking about with Roll20? Do you see?
Oh my goodness.
Oh no!
Are you alright, Emil?
My soul hurts.
It's that damn needle, bro.
Oh, I'm shaking
From that needle.
Oh no!
Arcadia! Ah!
And Emil just takes off running. Also, I didn't realize her little mini was right there. Let's get rid of that. And your fellows follow suit.
Oh,
We're gonna have to get past a bunch.
Real quick, give me that other shotgun back. This one's junk.
Is it though?
It is, because it's one shot. I was hitting higher numbers with the 2 shots. It's 4d12 or 4d8 with one shotgun, 2d12 with the other one. So technically, I'm getting 2 d16s value out of it.
Depending on how.
But I'm more likely to hit, but only have one shot. Yeah,
You save ammo with the 1 shot.
Yeah, the 1 shot
but
is
I'm
more
doing
efficient
more
per ammo.
damage.
Yeah,
with the,
it's about damage
with
versus
with
like
the hit.
resource. Anyways, Katara! I mean, Archaea!
All right.
Is there... Am I gonna have to run into a bunch of zombies in the door?
I hope not. Hopefully you find more herbs that you can give me 1 health each time.
I'm running that direction.
Wait, they got medical supplies up there. I trust the EMTs more than I trust you.
I mean, I was healing those guys better than I was...
Yeah, I think it's you have something against me. I don't know what I did.
Oh,
So,
that's
yeah,
kind of ridiculous, though. Like, what are the odds? What are the odds?
Hide
I'll tell you
behind
exactly
me.
what the odds are.
All right, so you guys head out running. Emil's running for a reason you guys can't really discern. So is
In heavy riot gear.
yeah, in heavy riot gear, lumbering as fast as he can.
So technically, Emil's running really slowly, and I'm kind of like, I would say, arm over the officer's shoulder, and we're passing him up.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically. And so yeah, you guys managed to catch up with him easily enough, but yeah, he seems to be in some sort of a state, and he's just running with purpose.
Emil,
let's
what
make
the
it
hell's
worse.
the problem?
No, it's Archaea.
What about her?
What about Archaea?
Would you slow down and tell me what's going on?
No, you slow down, Nicholas. You slow down.
You got me a adrenaline rush. Let's keep going, but tell me what's going on.
I'm not saying anything.
So you guys
What the
continue
hell?
following him through the lobby, and you get out through the series of halls. The banging seems to have ceased at the double doors that you passed in the payphone halls. You head back into the lobby, down the halls, heading back towards the operations room where you last saw Archaea. And then, as you arrive there, Emil, I assume you arrive there first, moving with the most purpose, and you
Throw the door open.
throw the double doors open, and you see before you the same operations room. Like a bunch of eyes look your way in sudden surprise, but you see all of the officers that you saw before.
Do I see her?
Does he see her?
He does not see her.
She does not appear to be in the room.
I go up to like the nearest person and just like, the little girl, where did she go?
I don't. Oh, the little girl. I was thinking,
The little girl, she's sitting right there in that corner. She came in with us when we first came in here. She stayed here behind when we left. Where did she go? Did she leave?
I don't know. I wasn't keeping track. I was just trying to. I was busy.
I just push up to the side and go to the next guy. The little girl, did you see where she went?
And you kind of get the same sort of stuttery response, like everyone was just like so preoccupied.
I'm
with
going
the
down the
task
line.
in this room, and you basically get the same response one at a time. There was just so much going on, and nobody really was keeping an eye out for her.
There's like a big table in the middle, right?
There's like the middle of the room is mostly occupied with several rows of chairs, kind of plastic chairs that.
He's gonna he's gonna grab the back of one of the chairs and just against it.
Can I grab Emil by the shoulders and be like, tell me what the hell's going on?
Archaea left.
How do you know?
She went AWOL, and I'm gonna pull out her letter and just be like, I'm not gonna give it to him. I'm just gonna pull out the letter and say, she said here that she was gonna leave, and she left. She's not here.
Why was she leaving?
Not far.
Raph, quick.
Yeah.
You didn't answer my question, so I wrote it in 2 different ways for you. Which way did it happen?
A.
Let me see.
E.
Oh, were you asking about the tapes? No, yeah, you would have been able to record something if that's what you were doing.
Yeah, then that's how it happened.
So yeah, in the corner where you saw she was once sitting is left behind. Did you leave behind the entire cassette player?
Yes, the cassette player, the tape, everything. Not everything. That's the two things she left behind on the table.
He's gonna look over back in that corner and see those and grab them.
Okay.
and play them.
I'm gonna eavesdrop.
Okay.
But no, I'm playing it for. I'm playing this for us.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
not being.
Oh, okay.
No. I'm like, I grab it. I'm like, she's. I think this is why she left. The tape and the recorder for the player.
Okay. What do they? I'll let you explain in your own words what they hear.
Thank you. Well, I explained it pretty much in what I wrote you, but I'll explain it.
Yeah. But what do we hear?
Yeah, exactly.
Good question, because I didn't even think of that. I just kind of explained that she explains that she needed to find Brandon and Lena getting out of the city. She wants to feel safe again, feeling the thought of falling asleep and not being afraid of what lived outside the door. About how she hoped that Raccoon City was better than it was here, or outside Raccoon City was better than it was here. And lastly, she says that she hopes she meets you all again someday.
What is she?
Oh, and in the letter, the pendant was also in the letter.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So I had her pendant. I guess I was gripping her pendant and the letter as I was running.
Yeah.
So I opened my hand now, and when I revealed that her pendant was left behind with her parents inside of your parents' picture inside of the thing.
Locket.
Yeah.
The locket.
The locket, yeah.
Well, you can't have gone far, right?
We were gone for. I doubt she could have gotten. I doubt she could have gotten that far, but we were gone for a little bit.
We're gonna have to look for her.
Yeah. Yeah.
And at this point, Ford is kind of coming up to you guys, congregating in the corner. He's just like, "What? Well, what happened?"
I pull out the pistol that I had gotten from the armory, and I like hand it to him.
Mm-hmm.
No. Okay. I thought you were gonna point it at him. I was gonna just slap you.
Me too.
I pull out the pistol and I hand it to him, and I'm like, this is everything that was in the armory. You guys can use it to get everything else. Roy's dead.
Roy's dead? That's unfortunate. And at this point, Officer Wyatt comes forward too, and she starts pulling a bunch of stuff out of her pockets and her various holsters, just like, we also found these, and slaps them down on the table.
And Katara's gonna put down the hand grenade and flash grenades on the table.
I'm gonna snatch the flash grenade up.
Yeah, I guess you could take that. You earned it.
Earned it. How about a doctor? That's what I need.
Yeah, you could go see one of the EMTs. And,
they give you 4 points of healing.
Yeah, so yeah, I guess one of them is going to cast Treat Wounds on you. So.
Thank you. Old rusty fingers in that rag gears. Oh my god. Oh, okay. I've seen it before. I'm about lost my shit.
So you recover 7 hit points of damage. But that's about all the supplies they have available for the moment for you.
Yeah, I already cleaned them out.
If it is the number, is it still that, like, because caution's 21, my health is 21.
That's a good question. I'll say equal to or greater than would be getting you over the edge. So I'll say you have to be less than that to be caution. So are you fine again?
I am fine again with that.
Okay.
With that helpful healing, I am down to 1 fatigue.
And Ford is still kind of talking amongst you guys. He's like, thank you so much for this. This is a great victory for.
I'm gonna like grab like which one was he the one who was saying that which one was the one who said that they wanted to leave, and which one was the one that said they wanted to?
Ford was the one that wanted to escape. Who's the person you're talking to? Branagh was the one that wanted to take to the streets and fight the infected back.
Are they both like right here in front of me?
Only Ford is over with you guys. Branagh seems to be over by the chalkboard and the maps, kind of doing some more planning with the others.
I'm just gonna like grab him because he's the closest to me and just grab him by like the front of his shirt and bring him in close. I'm just gonna be like, listen, your people is all you have. Make sure they're safe. Even if they're going to do something you don't agree with, make sure that everybody is safe. Keep everybody close to you. And I'm gonna like push him away and run out, like storm out the gate or the door.
Just like, oh my. Well, with that, I suppose you owe you guys a great debt. Thank you very much. And I guess at this point he's just basically talking to Katara as the only one left.
Yeah. I mean, like, he could have crowded around. I guess the medic could have came to me.
That's true. You could have called one over. So I'm going to say you guys are all kind of gathered in the same corner. And he's kind of whispering over. He's like, I don't mean to send you back out, but if there's more you can do for us, there's more that we need doing.
I think we've done about enough for you guys. If you guys aren't going to act on your own, you can't survive on your own. And I'm going to get out and walk out. Like, I'm not gonna carry anybody else's baggage.
All right, and Chauncey walks out.
I'm sorry. There's a lot going on for everyone. So
yeah, I'd imagine this whole thing has hit everyone pretty hard.
And what are you planning on doing now that you have all of these, or at least whatever we gave back, I should say?
Well, I know what I want to do. I want to get out there, perhaps try and rescue some civvies, but look for a way out of the city that doesn't go through the blockade. Of course, Branagh is going to disagree, and he's going to try and rally everyone to sweep the streets, but we'll see whose ideas win out in the end. Look, you've done a lot for us, so I wouldn't fault you if you don't want to stay around any longer than you need to.
Yeah, look, in my eyes and how I see this, there's no point in taking anything back. So if you can, and if you can get people to follow you to leave, get survivors and leave the city, then go through and do that. I feel that's safer than staying here and attempting to fight back something that is continuously spreading.
I agree. Well, you say your people with Umbrella are responsible for all this. Well, I guess if that's true, which I guess you would be in a position to know, I guess all I could say as a farewell to you is, if you can, make them pay. And we'll try our best to survive and get out of here.
We'll make them pay. Take it easy.
You too, Katara. He kind of gives you one last look before walking back to the others who are planning around the podium at the far end of the room.
And then she walks out.
All right. And that is going to be where we end tonight's session.
Wow.
Boy.
I didn't even realize it was 11:30.
It's 11:30.
That was the thing.
That's the thing.
So, I guess we'll be picking this up next week. Oh, that was quite a dramatic closure. I was really satisfied with how neatly that kind of rounded itself out.
You want RP? We got RP.
That's true.
One
Yeah.
RP, no fighting, and look what happened. We got a ton of fights too.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I busted out my adrenaline and blew their thing up.
Yeah. I'll give him more hit points next time.
And didn't do nothing.
Yeah.
Did you get a new a grenade launcher?
I think she's still on the same one.
No, I still have the same one.
Is it an action to reload it?
Yeah, it is.
Oh.
Wait, no.
She would have needed an action.
Oh, that's right.
Shoot.
Oh no!
Forgot about that.
we all forgot about that.
We all overlooked that.
You know what I was, because I was sitting here like my mind forgot about that and was going off of like Resident Evil like logic.
Yeah, we're like,
it was just like
yeah, just spamming it. Oh man. Yeah, we'll have to keep that in mind for future reference. For now, we'll allow it to happen. Yeah. I guess with Chauncey got away with his fatigue in the last episode.
I mean,
let this be a lesson.
I gotta get away with something now.
Yeah.
I try not to get away with it this time.
Well, you did
the exact same thing happened again.
You didn't get away with it hard.
Yeah.
Can I just say that I had to wing this entire episode?
Well, I mean, gotta wing every episode.
The reason I say that is because I didn't know that you guys had gotten out of the facility yet, so I had no idea because I didn't watch the video. So I didn't know.
Oh.
I didn't know you guys got out of the umbrella facility. So here I am, like, planning out my moves as if we're still in the umbrella facility, and then we're like, oh, we're going to the RPD, and I'm like, oh, okay. Huh. Right.
Well, you should keep up on those videos every Monday.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. I watched it.
Isn't caught up on the show that you're on the cast of.
Yeah, I know, right?
Was instantly caught up the second it launched.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think pretty much everyone was on the last one because there was so much to see.
I watched before the video was out.
No, Kaya went straight to the Twitch VOD. That's cheating, though.
Well, yeah, I was gonna do that, but I was like, I'm gonna give this video a view.
Yeah, it helps. The YouTube views help.
How is that cheating? That has nothing to do with anything.
Well, now you have to watch.
The views about.
Yeah, now you have to watch it. Now you have to watch the video again on YouTube.
I mean, I've already shared the video to friends.
That's true.
So.
That's true. Doing your part.
Yeah, everyone does their part.
Well, thank you all very much for watching. Let me check back in on the chat. I was so focused on the last part. Nothing new since then. So thank you all very much to everyone who came out and enjoyed the show. Hope you all had a fun time playing some RPGs once again. And
my adrenaline's pumping.
Oh man, yeah. So we'll be back in another couple of weeks, resuming the story. But until next time, peace. Squared. Have a good night. God bless.
Good night, sweet dreams, all of the good things.
Bye.
Night.